Tonight you are safe, you are warm, and you are free to let every busy thought drift away. If sleep feels far, do not worry. My voice will guide you gently, like a slow river in moonlight. You need not force anything. Simply rest, breathe, and listen. With each quiet breath, your eyelids will grow heavier, your shoulders will soften, and the noise of the day will fade to a soft hush. If sleep does not arrive at once, that is perfectly fine, because the story you are about to hear is made to carry you there, a calm journey through another time, a place where lanterns glow and horse-drawn carriages roll softly over cobblestone streets. Tonight, we travel back to Victorian Era Small-Town America, a world of gentle evenings and warm hearths, where wooden porches creak under slow footsteps and distant train whistles echo across quiet fields. Every detail is chosen to help you drift into dreams. Nothing urgent, nothing loud, only the tender rhythm of life more than a century ago. Before we begin, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell. Your support lets us keep creating peaceful histories for nights just like this one. Now settle in, take one more deep breath, and let us turn the key to a door that opens onto a softer century. Your story and your sleep begin here. Close your eyes and picture the fading light of a late summer evening in the year 1888. The sun has slipped behind the low hills of rural America, leaving behind a long ribbon of amber and rose in the western sky. Crickets sing in the fields, their soft chorus rising and falling like a lullaby older than memory. A warm breeze drifts through tall grass, carrying the faint scent of clover and freshly cut hay. Somewhere, a milk cow gives a single, contented low, then settles into silence. Ahead lies the small town of Maple Hollow, tucked into a green valley between winding rivers and wooded slopes. Only a few hundred souls call this place home, yet each evening the town glows with a life of its own. Wooden houses with broad porches lean companionably toward narrow streets of packed dirt. Their clapboard walls are washed pale by moonlight, while windows flicker with the golden pulse of kerosene lamps. A cat slinks across a fence, tail high, eyes bright as tiny lanterns. The main street stretches like a lazy ribbon from the old stone church at the east end to the modest train depot at the west. By day, the street is alive with wagons, with the smell of bread from the bakery, with the ring of a blacksmith's hammer. But now, as night settles, a hush gathers like a soft quilt over the town. Only the occasional creak of a porch swing, the far-off whistle of the 9 o'clock train, and the murmured laughter of neighbors remain. Walk with me slowly down that street. Your shoes press gently into the warm dust as you pass the general store, its door propped open to let the evening air inside. Inside the dim glow, you glimpse barrels of coffee beans, shelves of penny candy, bolts of calico cloth in deep blues and soft greys. The scent of soap and leather mingles with the sweetness of molasses. Behind the counter, old Mr. Finley tips his hat and offers a quiet evening, though he does not expect a reply at this late hour. Farther along stands the post office, no larger than a parlour, where a single lamp burns low. Stacks of letters wait on the wooden desk, news from Boston, from St. Louis, from loved ones who journeyed west to chase gold or open homesteads. You imagine the paper, still holding the scent of faraway rain, carrying words of affection across great distances. At the heart of town sits the square, a broad green where children played only hours ago. Now the grass lies still, touched by silver moonlight. The great oak in the center sways gently, its leaves whispering stories to the quiet sky. A few couples linger on benches, their voices low, sharing secrets and small hopes for the coming harvest. From a nearby house comes the soft, steady hum of a sewing machine, operated by foot treadle. Perhaps a mother finishes the last stitches on a Sunday dress. In another home, a fiddle plays a slow waltz, each note carrying through open windows and across the cool night air. The music twines with the cricket song until the two are indistinguishable, a single melody of peace. You pause before a whitewashed cottage, with a porch light glowing faintly, Through sheer curtains, you glimpse a family gathered around a table. A father reading from the newspaper. Children leaning close to hear tales of distant cities. A mother setting aside her mending to listen. There is no rush, no urgency, only the gentle rhythm of evening. It is a life shaped by simple routines, yet rich with quiet moments that linger like the scent of lilac long after the flowers have faded. Feel the night deepen around you. The stars appear, one by one, bright and steady in the velvet sky. Above the distant hills, the Milky Way unfurls like a pale ribbon of light, a silent promise that the world is vast and wondrous, beyond imagining. The town sleeps beneath it, unaware of the grand display, content in its own slow heartbeat. As you stand in this serene street, the sound of your breathing blends with the gentle hush of Maple Hollow. Each inhale carries the fragrance of wood smoke and late blooming roses. Each exhale lets go of another layer of tension, another trace of the waking day. Let the stillness seep into you, as steady and certain as the turning of the earth. This is only the beginning of our journey through Victorian small-town America. The night will deepen. The stories of its people will unfold like petals in the dark, and you may drift further toward the soft edges of sleep. If dreams come, let them carry you gently. The town will remain, waiting, its lanterns glowing, until we return again. The night in Maple Hollow lingers like a soft embrace, and our slow walk continues from where we left the quiet main street. You breathe in the cool fragrance of wood smoke and damp earth, letting the hush of the hour settle deeper into your bones. Above, the stars grow sharper, their pale fire scattered across the velvet sky as if an unseen hand had gently tossed a handful of diamonds. A faint breeze drifts from the west, carrying the distant echo of the 9 o'clock train long gone, a sigh that fades into the rolling hills. You turn down a narrow lane that curves away from the town square. Here, the houses stand farther apart, each framed by tidy fences and shadowy orchards. The soft crunch of gravel beneath your shoes is the only sound. Lantern light flickers behind curtains, brief golden glimmers that make the night feel warm despite the cool air. Somewhere in the distance, a dog offers a single bark, then falls silent, as though remembering the courtesy of this peaceful hour. A farmhouse comes into view, its porch swing swaying slightly in the breeze. The wood creaks with a rhythm as gentle as a lullaby. On the steps sits a young couple wrapped in a shared quilt, faces turned toward the stars. They speak so softly that even the night seems not to intrude. Perhaps they whisper of a future harvest, or of a child yet to be born, or of a dream of travel they may or may not ever take. You offer them a silent blessing as you pass, their quiet intimacy another thread in the fabric of the town's slow heartbeat. Beyond the farmhouse stretches a meadow, silvered by moonlight. Tall grasses sway like a living tide. You pause at the fence line, resting your arms on the cool wood, and listen. The field hums with the soft buzz of night insects, a sound so constant it seems eternal. Here, the world feels boundless, the horizon wide and forgiving. You close your eyes for a moment, and the scent of wildflowers, faint but sweet, wraps around you like a gentle scarf. Returning toward the center of town, you follow a different path, one that leads to the small wooden bridge spanning Mill Creek. The creek sings a quiet song as water slides over smooth stones, a melody older than the town itself. You lean on the railing and watch moonlight shimmer on the slow current. A frog croaks from the far bank, answered by another hidden in reeds. The sound echoes softly, round and low, until it fades into the endless hush. You breathe in, and with each breath feel the rhythm of the water soothe your thoughts. A liquid lullaby. Crossing the bridge, you arrive at the modest train depot, the very edge of Maple Hollow. The platform is empty now, save for a single kerosene lamp glowing faintly inside the station master's office. Its light spills in a narrow stripe across the wooden planks. You imagine the earlier bustle, travelers stepping down from the evening train, letters exchanged, parcels of goods unloaded with careful hands. Now only the faint scent of coal smoke lingers, a memory of motion in a night that has turned perfectly still. Near the depot stands a telegraph office, silent, but for the ticking of a clock within. The lines that stretch outward from the building seem to disappear into the darkness, carrying messages to distant cities, New York, Chicago, perhaps even San Francisco. Somewhere far away, another operator might still be tapping out a final dispatch, but here the wires rest, quiet as sleeping birds. You picture words of love and longing traveling through those thin strands of metal, invisible sparks bridging hearts across the continent. A little farther on, you notice a lantern bobbing slowly along the path. An older man approaches, his gait unhurried, his coat buttoned against the night air. He tips his hat with a silent nod as he passes. A brief connection between travelers who share the same moonlit road. You watch his lantern fade into the dark, its glow shrinking to a single point before it disappears beyond the curve. Turning back toward town, you pass the small schoolhouse. The white clapboard walls gleam softly in the starlight. Through the windows, you can just see the neat rows of desks and the chalkboard washed pale by moon glow. You imagine the echoes of children's laughter still clinging to the walls, their lessons of arithmetic and letters set aside until morning. A bell hangs silent in the tower above, waiting to greet the dawn with a bright peal. The night deepens, and a cool hush settles even more firmly over Maple Hollow. Yet the town feels anything but empty. Every quiet porch, every glowing window, every soft sound of creek and cricket adds to a tapestry of life unfolding at its own gentle pace. You realize that in this place, time is not measured by the ticking of clocks, but by the slow turning of seasons, by the patient rhythm of breath and dream. As you stroll once more toward the square, you sense your own heartbeat aligning with that timeless cadence. Each step grows slower, softer, until you feel as though you are floating rather than walking. The world narrows to the rustle of leaves overhead, the faint shimmer of starlight on glass, the distant hush of the creek. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the night seems to draw you inward, inviting you to rest as Maple Hollow rests. Here we leave our walk for now, on the edge of a dream where Victorian lamps glow and the past breathes in quiet harmony with the present. Let the stillness carry you deeper. The story will wait, gentle and unbroken, for the next time we wander these peaceful streets together. The night in Maple Hollow drapes itself more thickly now, as if the very air has decided to join the town in slumber. From the quiet square where we paused, you lift your gaze to the great oak once more. Its branches sway in a slow rhythm that seems older than the stones beneath your feet. Each movement, a silent lullaby to the dreaming earth. The scent of wood smoke lingers, mingling with a faint trace of lilac carried from some hidden garden. You begin to wander again, steps soft against the packed dirt road. Every sound around you has softened to a gentle murmur. Somewhere far off, a single train whistle calls across the hills, low, drawn out, fading into the stars, until it becomes nothing more than a memory of sound. The vastness of the sky presses close, yet offers comfort rather than awe, a velvet quilt speckled with endless light. A narrow alley opens between two small shops, and curiosity draws you through. The wooden walls close in slightly, their paint worn smooth by years of rain and summer sun. Above, clotheslines sway faintly, though no breeze touches your cheek. A stray cat watches from a barrel, its golden eyes reflecting the moon, as though it too were a tiny lantern. The alley spills into a back courtyard where an old brick well stands. The stone lip is cool under your fingertips as you lean and listen. Far below, water whispers, a secret conversation with the night. From the courtyard, you follow a path toward the old livery stable. The scent of hay and horse lingers, even though the animals sleep. Through the half-open door, you glimpse a mare shifting gently in her stall, eyes half closed, breath slow and deep. The soft shuffle of hooves on straw is the only movement. A single lantern swings from a hook, casting a circle of amber light that rocks like a cradle. Past the stable, lies a field edged by low stone walls. You climb a small rise and stand among tall weeds silvered by the moon. Below you, the town glows faintly, each lamp a quiet heartbeat. From this height, Maple Hollow seems like a dream itself, fragile, timeless, held between the dark earth and the endless sky. You stay there a while, breathing with the land, until the rhythm of the night matches the slow rhythm of your own chest. When at last you descend the slope, your path bends toward a cluster of houses you have not yet explored. These are the modest cottages of millworkers and carpenters, each with its own small garden and neat woodpile. The fragrance of damp soil and herbs rises to meet you. Through a half-open window comes the gentle clatter of a teacup set down, followed by soft laughter quickly hushed. A lamp flickers low, then is turned down to a faint glow, leaving only the outline of silhouettes behind the curtain. Inside, families gather close, sharing quiet moments before sleep. You move on, drawn by the faint music of a harmonica drifting from a porch ahead. An older man sits alone in a rocking chair, his shadow long across the boards. The melody he plays is slow and wistful, a tune perhaps from his youth or from a place far across the sea. He nods when he sees you, not stopping the music, and you nod back, the shared silence between notes warmer than words. When the song ends, he sets the instrument on his knee and gazes at the stars, content and still. The road curves once more and leads you toward Mill Creek again. Mist gathers above the water, pale ribbons that drift and swirl in the moonlight. You step onto the bridge, the wooden planks cool beneath your feet. The creek murmurs below, a sound so constant it might be the breathing of the earth itself. You rest your hands on the railing, watching ripples catch the starlight in tiny sparks of silver. Each ripple seems to carry a fragment of thought away, until the mind feels as calm and clear as the slow current. Across the bridge, a lantern glows in a small workshop. The door is slightly ajar, and the scent of freshly cut pine drifts out. Inside, a carpenter has left his tools neatly arranged, chisels shining, a plane resting beside a half-finished chair. Shavings curl like pale ribbons on the floor. The stillness of the room holds the memory of patient labor, as if the wood itself remembers each careful touch. As you step back into the night, the distant clock tower of the church begins to chime the hour. Each bell note falls gently into the dark, slow and measured. 1, 2, 3. The sound spreads outward, rolling across the hills until it is swallowed by the quiet. You feel the vibration in your chest long after the final echo fades. Now the town seems to breathe with you, every lamp and shadow part of a single living presence. The night air carries a hint of cool dew, a promise of dawn still hours away. Your eyelids grow heavier with every step. The path before you blurs slightly, not with danger, but with the softness of deep rest. You find a small bench near the churchyard, its wooden slats smooth and welcoming. Sitting there, you listen to the mingled hush of crickets, creek, and distant harmonica, an orchestra of serenity. Let this gentle chorus guide you further inward. Maple Hollow will remain as you leave it. Lanterns glowing faintly, stars endless above, the slow rhythm of a Victorian night wrapping you like a warm quilt. If dreams come now, let them unfold without hurry, carrying you deeper into the tender quiet of this small American town, where time itself seems to sleep. The bench beneath you feels almost like an old friend, its wooden slats smooth with years of summer heat and winter frost. For a long while, you simply sit, listening to the mingled sounds of night, the slow chorus of crickets, the far-off sigh of Mill Creek, the faint memory of a harmonica fading into silence. Every sound blends into a single soft rhythm, a heartbeat for the sleeping town. When at last you rise, the world seems wrapped in an even deeper hush. The air carries a faint chill now, touched by the first cool breath of approaching dawn. Above you, the stars remain bright, but a delicate silver glow edges the eastern horizon, hinting that morning will eventually find its way here. There is no hurry. Maple Hollow moves at a pace that never bends to clocks. You walk toward the churchyard gate, drawn by the quiet dignity of the old stone building. The iron latch lifts with a gentle click, and you step into a garden of headstones and soft grass. Moonlight washes the stones in shades of pearl and grey, each name carved carefully by a hand long since stilled. Here the past rests in tender silence. A breeze stirs the leaves of an ancient elm, and the whisper feels almost like a blessing for all who sleep beneath its branches. Along the path, small lanterns glow, set by thoughtful townsfolk earlier in the evening. Their flames dance like tiny stars at ground level, echoing the vast constellations overhead. You pause beside one marker, reading the faint letters of a family name worn smooth by weather. It is not sadness you feel, but a gentle kinship, as though the lives once lived here continue in the night air, patient and kind. Beyond the churchyard, a narrow track winds between hedges of honeysuckle. The scent is sweet and warm, a sudden reminder of late summer afternoons. Following the path, you soon find yourself near the town's small bakery. Though the windows are dark, a faint fragrance of yeast and flour drifts from the building, proof that the baker has already begun his pre-dawn work. Somewhere inside, dough is rising in quiet ovens, promising warm bread for the morning. Your steps carry you toward the river road, where larger homes sit back from the lane, their wraparound porches shaded by great maples. These houses belong to merchants and mill owners, yet even here the night is simple. Gas lamps glow behind lace curtains, casting gentle patterns on polished floors. You imagine families sleeping peacefully in high-ceilinged rooms, the day's concerns left far behind. A rocking chair sways ever so slightly on one porch, moved by nothing but the breeze. Further on stands the small apothecary shop. A single candle burns in the window, its reflection trembling in the glass. The scent of herbs drifts faintly, lavender, mint, and a trace of camphor. You picture the pharmacist measuring powders by lamplight, preparing remedies for neighbors who will visit after sunrise. Even in slumber, the town seems to care for its own. The road dips gently toward Mill Creek once again, and soon you are standing where water and land meet. Mist floats above the surface, silver in the moonlight, curling like quiet smoke. A great blue heron stands motionless near the far bank, its silhouette a patient sculpture. When it finally moves, the soft sweep of its wings makes no sound at all. You feel your breath slow to match the still rhythm of the current. Crossing a small footbridge, you notice another lane leading to a modest orchard. Rows of apple trees stretch before you, their leaves whispering like pages of an ancient book. Several fruits, pale and round, glow faintly where moonlight touches them. The sweet scent of ripening apples mixes with the cool night air, a fragrance both earthy and comforting. You pluck one fallen fruit and hold it in your palm, its smooth skin cool and dewy. The simple weight of it is enough to anchor you completely in this moment of quiet. At the orchard's edge, a lantern swings from a low branch, left by a farmer checking his trees earlier. Its soft light bathes the grass in a warm circle, and for a moment it feels as though the world ends right there. Beyond the ring of light, nothing exists but the whisper of leaves and the endless sky. As you leave the orchard, the town clock begins to chime once more. The notes carry across the valley slow and deliberate, each one echoing against the hills until it fades into silence. You count them without thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4. The sound settles into you, a steady rhythm that seems to guide your own heartbeat. The lane curves back toward the square, where the great oak stands unchanged, branches reaching high into the starry dark. You pause beneath it, feeling the quiet strength of roots deep in the soil. The faint silver of dawn edges the horizon a little brighter now, though night still holds the town in gentle hands. Your eyelids grow heavier with every breath, the hush of Maple Hollow seeping into every thought. You find another bench, this one carved from a single wide plank and worn smooth by countless evenings like this. Sitting once more, You allow the sounds of the town to gather around you. The murmur of water, the faraway clink of a baker's pan, the sigh of leaves high above. Each sound folds into the next until there is no border between you and the sleeping world. Here the story of the night continues without urgency. The town dreams, and you dream with it, wrapped in the gentle rhythm of a Victorian dawn that has not yet arrived. Let the quiet carry you deeper still, knowing that Maple Hollow will remain, lanterns fading only as the first true light of morning softly touches the valley. The night has settled even deeper over Maple Hollow, a hush so complete that each creak of an old timber or faint rustle of wind becomes its own small story. You have followed the soft lantern glow past the last shopfront, past the baker's warm doorway and the fading perfume of evening bread, and now the quiet lanes stretch like slow rivers of shadow. The moon has risen higher, a silver watchman above the town, spilling long pale ribbons across rooftops and garden fences. You breathe in the faint scent of wood smoke and late summer grass, a scent that seems to pause time itself. Far ahead, a gentle figure emerges from the dimness, Mr. Ellery, the retired schoolmaster, strolling with his faithful hound. His cane taps a rhythm so calm that your heartbeat folds into it without effort. He tips his hat, eyes twinkling behind wire-rimmed spectacles. "A fine evening for dreaming," he whispers, as if aware of your quiet journey. The dog gives a single soft wag of tail, and together they disappear into the silver gloom, leaving only the echo of calm footsteps behind. To your left stands the tiny reading room of the Ladies' Improvement Society. Curtains drawn, but lamplight spilling in mellow pools along the brick path. Inside, a handful of friends linger over a final chapter of the newest serial from Boston. You can almost hear the rustle of pages and the gentle sighs at each turn of plot. Outside the windows, trailing ivy sways like an unhurried metronome, marking the rhythm of an older world. You continue, drawn toward the heart of the town where the great sycamore spreads its branches across the square. The benches beneath are empty now, yet they hold the memory of day-long conversations, farmers discussing weather, children sharing penny sweets, seamstresses resting tired hands. The silence is friendly, like a blanket waiting for its sleeper. Overhead, a nightjar calls, its note a single thread weaving through the fabric of the hush. Past the square, you drift toward the livery stable where a single lantern burns low. The horses, deep in dream themselves, stamp gently and nicker in half-sleep. Their warm breath rises in pale clouds, merging with the night air. A stable boy dozes on a hay bale, cap tipped forward, every breath slow and certain. The scent of hay and saddle leather mingles with the cool breeze, comforting as a remembered lullaby. Beyond the stable, the path narrows toward the riverbank. You hear water gliding over stones, a soothing counterpoint to the stillness of the streets. Fireflies float like tiny lanterns, blinking in patient rhythm. You settle on a smooth rock by the water's edge, watching their dance. The river reflects the moon in ripples of molten pearl, each shimmer a soft invitation to rest. Across the current, an old mill stands silent, its wheel unmoving, but the memory of countless turning days seems to hum within the timbers. Generations of townsfolk once brought their grain here, voices bright with morning energy. Now the mill is a cathedral of quiet, offering nothing but peace. The breeze carries a faint hint of flower and cedar, mingling with the cool night mist. Your eyelids grow heavier as you listen. The slow percussion of water against stone blends with the steady rhythm of your breath. Somewhere upstream, an owl sends a low, resonant call, and the sound settles into your chest like a heartbeat you do not need to count. The town behind you slumbers. Every cottage window glows like a faraway star, every heart inside beating in its own gentle dream. You draw your shawl tighter and let the night surround you. The lantern light of Maple Hollow fades to a tender memory, replaced by the quiet music of river and sky. Here, in this Victorian small town, time itself seems to lean back and sigh. You sense the stories of countless nights before, of mothers humming to sleepy children, of lovers strolling under moonlight, of solitary thinkers lost in gentle reverie. They are all here, layered within the hush, welcoming you into their endless calm. Stay as long as you wish. Let the water's lullaby carry you toward the edges of waking and beyond, where dreams gather like soft clouds over the hills. In Maple Hollow, night never rushes. It waits, patient and kind, until sleep, inevitable and sweet, folds around you like the slow embrace of the Victorian dusk. The river keeps whispering, a soft, endless hymn that wraps around you like cool satin. Mist gathers above the dark water, drifting in pale ribbons that sway and curl with the faintest breeze. When you finally rise from the smooth stone where you have been sitting, the night seems even quieter than before, as if Maple Hollow itself has slowed its breath to match your own. Each step you take along the worn path feels cushioned, the earth beneath soft from evening dew. Behind you, the mill stands silent, its shadow a gentle outline against the silver glow of the moon. Ahead, the lanterns of the town glow faintly, small golden sparks in a sea of dark blue. You walk toward them, not because you need to hurry, but because their warmth seems to beckon. The sound of the river fades to a murmur, and soon you are back among the familiar wooden fences and lilac hedges of the village outskirts. A small cottage catches your eye. Its windows are half hidden by vines, and from inside comes the faint flicker of a dying fire. Through the lace curtain, you glimpse the rocking motion of an old chair. Mrs. Harland, the kindly widow who once ran the apothecary, sits alone with her knitting. The soft clack of needles blends with the night, a rhythm so gentle that it feels like another heartbeat in the dark. She notices you only as a passing shadow and smiles, a quiet acknowledgement that needs no words. Further along the lane stands the one-room schoolhouse, its chalkboards erased and its desks neatly aligned for tomorrow's lessons. The scent of chalk and oiled wood lingers in the cool air. A lantern left on the teacher's desk throws an amber glow across the room, and for a moment you imagine the laughter of children echoing once more through the rafters. But the echoes are kind and hushed, like memories that know when to rest. You pause by the great sycamore at the center of the square. Its broad branches cradle the night sky, leaves stirring only when the breeze decides to breathe. The bench beneath still holds the day's warmth, and you sit for a while, watching the town's few remaining lights dim one by one. A horse snorts softly in the livery. A door clicks shut somewhere down a side street, and an unseen cat pads across the cobbles with a whisper of fur against stone. A distant clock tower begins to toll the hour, slow, measured chimes that ripple through the quiet like gentle waves. Each strike lingers in the air, then dissolves into silence. Between the notes, you sense the long history of these nights. Farmers returning late from distant fields, seamstresses finishing their final stitches, lovers exchanging shy goodnights beneath the spreading branches. All those moments are folded into the stillness around you, a living memory of ordinary lives wrapped in extraordinary calm. You rise and wander toward Maple Street, where neat rows of clapboard houses lean against the starlit sky. Curtains sway in a faint night breeze, carrying the scent of roses and freshly scrubbed linen. Somewhere inside, a mother hums a lullaby to a drowsy child. The melody drifts out through a half-open window, a tune older than the town itself. The notes curl through the darkness, weaving with the rustle of leaves until they become one seamless song of rest. At the end of the street stands the small church with its white steeple pointed toward the heavens. A single candle glows in the vestibule, left by the caretaker as is his nightly habit. You step inside. The air is cool and faintly scented with beeswax and pine. Wooden pews stretch before you like calm, waiting rows. Above, the stained glass windows capture moonlight, scattering it into gentle pools of color across the floor. Soft greens, muted reds, and blues as deep as the night itself. You sit in the quiet nave and feel the weight of time melt away. The church holds no urgency, only the slow heartbeat of the village, a steady presence that asks nothing of you but stillness. When you finally step back into the open air, the sky is awash with stars. They seem closer now, as if Maple Hollow exists at the very edge of the heavens. The constellations wheel slowly overhead, silent companions to your wandering. You follow a narrow lane lined with honeysuckle, its sweet perfume mingling with the cool night air. Ahead lies the gentle rise of Orchard Hill, where old apple trees stand like sentinels, their branches heavy with late fruit that gleams faintly in the starlight. You climb the hill at an unhurried pace. Grass dampens the sound of your steps, and the world grows even quieter. At the crest you pause. Below you, the town lies bathed in moonlight, rooftops silver and streets etched in soft shadow. From here, Maple Hollow looks timeless, as though it has always rested beneath the stars and always will. The river glints like a ribbon of quicksilver, winding away toward distant hills. Somewhere an owl calls once more, a gentle reminder that night still watches. The breeze on the hill is cool and tender. You settle beneath an old apple tree whose branches arch like a protective canopy. The earth beneath is soft, the air rich with the faint scent of fruit and dew. Above, stars shimmer and planets drift in patient courses, older than any town or memory. Their quiet light fills the meadow with a hush that seems endless. Here, with the whole of Maple Hollow spread before you and the Victorian night breathing around you, you feel the final layers of wakefulness slip away. Each heartbeat slows, each thought softens. The world has given you every gentle sound it holds: river, owl, breeze, distant lullaby, and now it asks nothing more. You close your eyes and let the town cradle you, its quiet promise as steady as the stars. Sleep gathers like a warm cloak, and the night keeps its watch, unbroken and kind, until the first shy glow of dawn begins its slow and certain climb. The first pale brush of dawn reaches the edge of the sky, a soft grey ribbon stretching over the Orchard Hill where you rest. Night has not vanished. It only loosens its hold, fading with the patience of an old friend who knows when to step aside. You stir beneath the apple tree, the grass damp with dew, each blade tipped with silver light. The air carries a crisp sweetness, part cool earth, part distant wood smoke, a fragrance that belongs only to the earliest hour. Below you, Maple Hollow lies hushed and luminous. The river still winds like molten pewter, but now a thin veil of mist rises from its surface, drifting toward the rooftops in soft, spiraling columns. Chimneys begin to rouse. One by one, faint plumes of smoke rise to meet the waking sky, carrying the scent of oak and pine. The town breathes again, slow and measured, as though savoring each quiet heartbeat before the day fully begins. You remain a moment longer, wrapped in the gentle hush. Somewhere in the orchard, a robin sends out the first tentative note of morning. Another answers, and soon a chorus spreads through the trees, delicate, bright, yet never hurried. It is music that belongs to both night and day, the fragile meeting of two worlds. When you finally rise, the damp grass brushes against your shoes. The path down the hill is soft with fallen petals and tiny apples, their scent faintly sweet beneath the cool air. Each step carries you closer to the town, where shutters creak open and early lamps flicker against the grey dawn. The simple rhythm of life awakens, not with clamour, but with a slow unfolding. At the base of the hill, you pass the old stone bridge that spans the river's narrow bend. Water laps quietly against its moss-covered supports. A fisherman stands midstream, his line drifting across the current, hat pulled low against the faint chill. He nods as you cross, offering no words, only the easy companionship of those who share the morning. Farther on, you reach the cobblestone square. The great sycamore wears a crown of dew-bright leaves, every branch trembling with tiny birds. The bakery door stands open, and the warm scent of rising bread spills into the cool air, mingling with the faint perfume of lilac hedges still heavy with night moisture. Mrs. Talbot, the baker's wife, arranges fresh loaves on a wide wooden board. She catches your eye and smiles, her face lit by the glow of the brick oven. The quiet crackle of the fire seems to echo the slow rhythm of the waking town. You wander toward Main Street, where shopkeepers lift shutters with a low, pleasant creak. A cobbler sweeps his doorstep, bristles whispering against the stones. Across the lane, the dressmaker sets a row of fabric bolts near the window, colours muted in the early light. The sound of each small task, soft broom strokes, the rustle of cloth, the metallic click of a latch, blends into a gentle morning symphony. The schoolhouse door stands ajar, welcoming the sun's first rays. Inside, the blackboard gleams, fresh slate against the light. A faint scent of chalk hangs in the air, mingling with the cool breath of dawn. Outside, a handful of children skip along the path, their laughter light and quick, yet softened by the lingering quiet. Their voices rise like the very first breeze of the day, playful, but never harsh. You pause before the white-steepled church. The caretaker sweeps the steps with slow, measured strokes, pausing now and then to admire the sky. Clouds blush with the faintest pink, and the bell in the tower waits, silent and patient, for the hour to strike. Through an open window drifts the faint scent of beeswax polish and pine pews, a fragrance that carries both memory and comfort. The sun climbs a little higher, and a warm glow settles across Maple Hollow. The mist over the river thins until the water shines like polished glass. Birds wheel overhead, their wings catching flashes of light. A horse and carriage clatter gently down the lane, the sound muffled by the soft air. Even as the day brightens, the town keeps its unhurried grace, every motion deliberate, every moment allowed to breathe. You continue along a narrow lane lined with picket fences and budding roses. Curtains sway in the open windows, and from one kitchen drifts the soothing hum of a morning hymn. The notes are low and tender, rising like a quiet prayer that the day will remain as peaceful as its beginning. It is a melody you do not know, yet it feels familiar, as though the town itself is singing to welcome you into its gentle rhythm. At last you return to the orchard hill, drawn back by the memory of its tranquil height. The apple trees stand radiant in the new light, their leaves shimmering as if sprinkled with tiny stars. You settle again beneath the same tree where you began, the grass now warming beneath the growing sun. From this vantage, the whole of Maple Hollow lies before you, alive yet still wrapped in the soft echo of night. The breeze carries scents of bread and blossoms, the steady pulse of river water, the faint toll of the distant bell. All these sounds and fragrances weave together, forming a tapestry of calm that belongs to this Victorian morning, and to you. You close your eyes once more, letting the warmth settle over your skin. Time slows, stretches, and softens. In the quiet between heartbeats, you feel the town's timeless promise, that peace can linger even as the day unfolds, that serenity can be found in every ordinary hour, that rest is never far from those who seek it. Here on the hillside, Maple Hollow breathes with you. The day has begun, but the calm remains, vast and enduring, a gentle cradle that holds you exactly where you need to be. The hillside grass is warm against your palms as you lean back beneath the spreading apple tree. Sunlight has ripened from a pale silver into a honeyed gold, and every blade of grass sparkles where the morning dew still clings. Around you, the orchard hums with quiet life. Bees drift lazily from blossom to blossom, their wings catching little shards of light. A soft breeze moves through the branches, stirring the leaves until they whisper like distant surf. You breathe in the mingled scents of wildflowers and fresh bread rising from the village ovens below. The air is cool in the shadows, warm where the light touches your skin, and altogether it feels like the gentle hand of a friend guiding you deeper into calm. Far beneath the hill, Maple Hollow has settled into its daily rhythm. The clop of a single horse echoes faintly along the cobbled lanes. Shopkeepers speak in low morning voices as they trade greetings across thresholds. A milk cart rattles over the stone bridge, metal rims ringing softly against the worn roadway. Nothing is hurried. Each sound travels upward in patient waves, mingling with birdsong until it becomes a single, soothing music. You rise slowly, brushing a few apple blossoms from your sleeve, and begin a leisurely walk back toward town. The path winds through tall grass sprinkled with buttercups and tiny violets. Sunbeams fall through gaps in the orchard canopy, creating shifting pools of gold at your feet. When you pause, you can hear the gentle thrum of bees working in the distance and the steady hush of the river that never stops flowing. At the edge of the hill stands a weathered fence of pale cedar, its rails smooth from decades of quiet seasons. Beyond it, a narrow lane descends toward the heart of Maple Hollow. You follow the curve of the lane, passing stone walls draped in ivy and hedges still wet with dew. The scent of lilac deepens as you go, until it feels as though you are walking inside the fragrance itself. The first stop on your unhurried route is the village green. Children have gathered with hoops and wooden toys, their laughter bright yet gentle, never shattering the serenity of the hour. Mothers watch from shaded benches, voices soft as they share the first news of the day. A painter sets up an easel near the great sycamore, his brush strokes barely audible as he captures the slow dance of sunlight across the square. The entire scene moves with the rhythm of a lullaby. Nothing sudden, nothing loud, only the graceful unfolding of a morning that knows it has all the time in the world. From the green, you drift toward the post office, a modest clapboard building with wide windows and a brass bell over the door. Inside, the scent of paper and sealing wax wraps around you like a quiet cloak. Mr. Crenshaw, the postmaster, sorts letters with deliberate care, the soft shuffle of envelopes, keeping time with the steady ticking of a wall clock. He greets you with a nod, but no rush of words. Here, even conversation respects the hush of the hour. Leaving the post office, you wander down River Street, where houses sit close together behind picket fences. Curtains flutter in the open windows. Somewhere, a piano sends out a single line of melody, a slow waltz played for no audience but the morning itself. The notes drift down the lane, fading into the gentle chorus of robins and sparrows. You pause at the livery stable once more. Horses stamp lightly in their stalls, tails swishing at invisible flies. A young groom brushes a chestnut mare in slow, even strokes, the rasp of bristles blending with the quiet murmur of the river nearby. Sunlight pours through the open doors, turning dust motes into tiny sparks of gold. The stable smells of hay and warm leather, a fragrance that feels as old and comforting as the town itself. Drawn by the sound of water, you follow a side path to the riverbank. The mist of early morning has lifted, leaving the water bright and clear. It slides over smooth stones with a low, steady murmur, a song older than any human voice.
Dragonflies skim the surface, their wings flashing blue and green in the sunlight. Across the current, the old mill stands quiet, its wheel casting a slow shadow across the rippling stream. You sit on a familiar rock and let the river's music wash over you, the same melody that lulled you into stillness the night before. Time drifts like the water itself. You do not measure it. The warmth of the sun deepens, and the scent of fresh-cut hay from distant fields carries on the breeze. Somewhere upstream, a child's laughter rings once and fades. The sound is neither loud nor sudden. It arrives like a memory, gentle and fleeting. Eventually, you wander back toward the center of town. Midday approaches, yet Maple Hollow retains its quiet grace. A few more carriages rattle along the main road, their wheels muffled by the soft dust of summer. Shop doors stand open to the mild air, and voices rise in friendly exchange, never sharp or hurried. The town seems to know that life's sweetest hours are the ones that unfold without haste. You return at last to the orchard hill, drawn again to its peaceful height. The apple tree waits as though it has been holding your place. You settle beneath its broad branches, feeling the shade cool against your shoulders. The sky above is a deeper blue now, dotted with slow-moving clouds that cast wandering shadows over the valley. Below, Maple Hollow glows in the afternoon light. Every rooftop, every garden, every winding lane, a quiet testament to a world that breathes in harmony. Here, with the river's hush in the distance and the orchard's sweet perfume around you, time stretches wide and gentle. Each breath you take seems to join the steady rhythm of the town, a rhythm that promises rest whenever you need it. Eyes half closed, you feel the calm settle deeper, as sure and steady as the turning of the seasons. The day may brighten, but the quiet heart of Maple Hollow remains, waiting to cradle you again whenever dreams call.
Beneath the apple tree, you linger as the afternoon light drifts slowly across the orchard hill. Shadows stretch long over the grass, painted soft by the warm golden glow of the sun. A gentle breeze stirs, carrying the faint scent of hay, wildflowers and apples. A fragrance so subtle it feels like a whisper meant only for you. The leaves rustle above in quiet patterns, each sound a small lullaby that folds seamlessly into the gentle hum of distant life. From your perch, the town below spreads out like a living map. Rooftops gleam with coppery highlights, and the cobblestone streets wind in soft curves between clapboard houses. You notice the steady rhythm of ordinary tasks. The blacksmith tapping his hammer in slow, deliberate beats, the grocer arranging crates of apples, the miller adjusting the wheel of the watermill with care. Each motion carries a quiet dignity, as if the day itself is meant to unfold in perfect patience, without haste or strain. A robin lands nearby, hopping from branch to branch with cautious grace. Its song, bright yet restrained, joins the distant murmurs of the river, the subtle rustling of leaves, and the occasional clatter of a wagon wheel. You close your eyes for a moment and feel the layers of sound weave together into a seamless, comforting chorus. Every note, every murmur, every sigh of the earth itself reminds you of the slow, enduring heartbeat of Maple Hollow. The path down the hill beckons once more, and you follow it through tall grass dappled with sunlight. Along the way, tiny wildflowers nod in the breeze, their petals delicate and pastel against the green expanse. Each step softens your awareness of the day, blending your presence into the landscape until it feels as though you have always belonged here. The town seems to recognize your pace, slowing and shifting to match your own, ensuring that the calm of morning and the warmth of early afternoon merge effortlessly. Reaching the base of the hill, you pass a small orchard shed where the scent of fresh-cut wood lingers. A carpenter works quietly inside, chisels moving slowly, shavings falling in gentle spirals to the floor. His rhythm is unhurried, a meditation in motion. You pause briefly, noting the patience and care with which each piece is shaped. It is a reminder that every detail, no matter how small, carries meaning when tended to with attentiveness and love. Continuing toward the main street, you notice the faint hum of conversation as neighbors exchange greetings. A few children play near the fountain in the square, their laughter light and airy, never loud enough to break the quiet spell of the town. Horses stand tethered near the livery, stamping occasionally, their soft snorts and the whisper of harnesses adding another layer to the town's gentle symphony. The church bell tolls once, low and resonant, marking the slow passing of time without urgency or alarm. You wander down River Street, noting the way sunlight catches the window panes, scattering rainbows across the ground. Through a half-open door, you glimpse a family preparing a simple meal, the scent of bread and simmering stew mingling with the outdoor air. The scene is ordinary yet profound, a quiet testament to the rhythm of daily life in this Victorian town. Each movement, each gesture, seems amplified by the stillness that surrounds it, as if the calm has taught every resident to move gently, to speak softly, to breathe fully. The path curves again, leading you toward the water's edge. Mill Creek glints under the afternoon sun, flowing steadily over smooth stones. Dragonflies skim its surface, their wings catching fleeting flashes of light. A heron glides silently across the water, landing with barely a ripple. You sit on a familiar rock by the bank, listening to the river's gentle murmur. Its constant, unhurried motion soothes every thought, carrying away the tension and distraction of the waking world. Above the water, the willow trees sway lightly, casting delicate shadows on the bank. The branches dip toward the creek, their leaves brushing the surface and creating tiny circles of ripple that expand outward until they vanish. You notice the way the sunlight glimmers on these ripples, each one a fleeting jewel that disappears as quickly as it arrives. The rhythm of the river, the dance of light and shadow, seems to speak a language older than words, a soft, infinite lullaby that has always existed in this town and will continue long after the day passes. Eventually, the path takes you back toward the orchard, where the sun now hangs lower in the sky, casting long, gentle shadows across the hill. You settle beneath the apple tree once more, leaning back against its sturdy trunk. The air cools slightly as the afternoon wanes, carrying the faint scent of evening dew yet to form. Birds flit between branches, and the first hints of crickets begin to chirp softly in the distance. The world feels suspended between day and night, a moment of perfect balance where every sound, scent, and sensation seems designed to lull the mind and body into tranquility. Here, on this hill overlooking Maple Hollow, you close your eyes and let the town's slow rhythm seep into you. The river continues its gentle murmur, the orchard rustles softly in the breeze, and the distant square hums with the muted sounds of life proceeding with care and patience. Every heartbeat slows, every thought softens, and the layers of tension that once seemed so pressing melt into the enduring calm of the town. Time seems to stretch endlessly, the boundaries between waking and dreaming blurring. Maple Hollow holds you gently, a cradle of Victorian serenity where each moment flows into the next without effort, without strain. You breathe with the town, with the river, with the orchard, until even your mind feels as quiet and vast as the sky above. Here, in this timeless pause, you are wholly at rest, cradled by the soft, enduring rhythm of small-town life, and the calm of the afternoon drifts over you like a warm, slow tide, carrying every worry away and leaving only the pure, gentle stillness of the world. The sun has begun its slow descent toward the horizon, gilding the treetops and rooftops of Maple Hollow in a soft amber glow. Shadows stretch long across the orchard hill, and the air grows cooler as the warmth of midday begins to ease. Beneath the apple tree where you rest, the grass seems softer now, and the gentle rustle of leaves carries a whisper of evening. Birds call faintly to one another, their songs slower, more deliberate, as if the day itself is drawing a deep, satisfied breath before yielding to night. You rise and walk slowly along the winding path that leads down the hill. The orchard is quiet, each tree standing sentinel over its ripening fruit. Fallen apples lie in patches of soft shadow, and the scent of earth and blossom mingles with the faint trace of hay from nearby fields. Dragonflies hover in the fading light, their wings catching the amber sun, and somewhere, a squirrel scurries lightly along a branch, rustling leaves that fall in scattered, gentle showers. At the base of the hill, the town begins to shimmer in late afternoon light. Windows reflect the soft gold, and the chimneys of homes release a delicate wisp of smoke into the cooling air. The faint sound of hammering from a distant carpenter's bench reaches your ears, and the rhythm is so measured, so unhurried, that it blends with the low murmur of the river nearby. The air feels thick with calm, as if each breath draws in not only the scent of the town, but the centuries of quiet routines that have shaped it. You wander toward the square, noticing how the afternoon light strikes the church steeple just so, casting a long, luminous shadow across the cobblestones. The fountain sparkles in the sun's gentle angle, and water droplets shimmer and fall in delicate arcs. A few children still linger, their games slower now, deliberate and soft, each laugh a muted echo carried on the breeze. Mothers and grandmothers watch from the benches, rocking chairs moving back and forth in slow, steady arcs, their eyes reflecting both the warmth of the sunlight and the serenity of the town. From the square, you make your way down River Street, where the gentle clop of hooves on stone marks the passage of a solitary horse and rider. The rider's figure is calm, unhurried, almost as though the entire pace of Maple Hollow has synchronized with the rhythm of hooves on cobblestones. You notice the gleam of window panes in the fading sun, each reflecting tiny pieces of light that seem to pulse in time with your own quiet heartbeat. Every house, every fence, every garden blooms with the soft energy of late afternoon. Yet there is no rush, no urgency, only a world unfolding with patience and care. You pause by the old livery stable. Horses shift gently in their stalls, tails flicking at invisible insects. A stable hand sweeps slowly, rhythmically, the brushstrokes merging with the distant murmur of water and the gentle sighing of the wind. The faint smell of hay and leather fills the air, grounding you in the quiet reality of the town, while the fading light paints the scene in soft, forgiving hues. Turning again toward the riverbank, you find the same smooth rock where you had sat earlier. Mill Creek glistens in the amber light, flowing steadily over stones worn smooth by centuries of water. Dragonflies skim across the surface, their delicate wings catching fragments of sun, while ripples stretch outward and vanish, leaving only silence in their wake. A heron lifts gracefully from the far bank, gliding across the water with barely a ripple, its shadow stretching long and elegant. You settle back on the rock, letting the river's song fill you completely, each note a slow, steady measure of the town's enduring calm. The orchard hill rises gently behind you, its trees now glowing faintly in the slanting light. Leaves flutter softly in the breeze, casting dappled shadows across the grass. Somewhere in the distance, a bell tolls once, low and sonorous, marking the slow passing of time. The sound carries over rooftops and fields, mingling with birdsong, distant laughter, and the soft murmur of water. You feel your body and mind attuned to this rhythm, each heartbeat slowing, each thought softening, until there is only the serene pulse of the town, the orchard, and the river surrounding you. As the sun sinks lower, lanterns begin to glow faintly in windows, their warm amber lights spilling out onto streets and walkways. The town does not hurry. Instead, it blends the transition from day to evening with the same measured patience that has guided every hour of Maple Hollow. The church windows glow, the bakery door throws a soft rectangle of light onto the sidewalk, and every house seems to exhale a quiet welcome to the approaching night. You rise from the riverbank once more, walking toward the orchard hill with deliberate slowness. The shadows lengthen, and the sky deepens into a richer blue, tinged with soft hints of pink and gold. The wind stirs the leaves above, carrying a mixture of scents: fresh apples, late summer flowers, distant hay, and the lingering fragrance of warmth from homes below. You pause beneath the apple tree where you began your day, letting the branches shelter you, the earth steady beneath your feet, and the gentle sounds of the town envelop you. Here, in this suspended hour between day and evening, you close your eyes. The rhythm of Maple Hollow, patient and enduring, settles around you like a protective shroud. Every heartbeat, every sigh of wind, every ripple in the river carries you deeper into tranquility. The sun continues its slow descent. The orchard grows quieter, and the town prepares to rest. You breathe in the calm, let it sink into your bones, and feel yourself becoming part of the steady, unhurried heartbeat of Victorian small-town life. A heartbeat that will cradle you gently until night falls completely, and sleep finds you deep and sweet beneath the quiet watch of Maple Hollow. The light continues to fade, softening the edges of Maple Hollow into gentle shades of amber and violet. Beneath the apple tree on the orchard hill, you sit quietly, feeling the warmth of the day lingering in the grass and the gentle pulse of life around you. The town stretches below, calm and serene. Every rooftop and garden bathed in the tender glow of the fading sun. A few distant chimneys exhale their last trails of smoke for the day, spiraling upward to mingle with the cool evening air. Each scent, hay, wood smoke, ripe fruit, and wildflowers, blends into a harmony that feels as old as the town itself. From the square below, faint sounds drift upward. The church bell has tolled again, slower this time, its resonance carrying across the cobblestone streets. Somewhere, a blacksmith taps lightly, carefully, the rhythm deliberate and unhurried. Horses shuffle gently in their stalls, tails flicking lazily at the cool dusk. Every sound merges into a quiet symphony, subtle yet precise, as though Maple Hollow itself is preparing for rest without hurrying, without abruptness, only with patience and gentle care. You rise and begin to wander along the narrow lane that leads from the orchard to the heart of the village. Shadows stretch long and soft across the stone pathways, dappling the fences and hedges. The scent of apple blossoms mixes with evening dew, rich and delicate. Lanterns begin to glow faintly in windows, their amber light spilling onto the street in calm pools. Through one half-open window, you catch a glimpse of a mother singing softly to her child. The lullaby carries through the evening air, delicate and unhurried, harmonizing with the rhythm of the town, the river, and the orchard beyond. At the riverbank, Mill Creek glimmers with the reflection of the low sun. The water flows steadily, smooth over worn stones, whispering its gentle song. A heron lifts once more, moving silently across the rippling surface, and dragonflies flit over the edges of the stream, wings catching tiny flecks of fading sunlight. You sit on your familiar rock, letting the soft murmur of the river fill the space inside you. Every ripple, every shift of light, every distant bird call seems designed to ease your mind and draw you closer to the stillness that the town offers so generously. From the river, you wander toward the livery stable. The horses stamp lightly in their stalls, the swish of tails and soft murmur of breathing blending with the distant song of evening birds. The stable smells of hay, leather, and earth, grounding you in the comfort of tactile, ordinary life, while the day's light melts away into deeper shadows. You watch as a groom brushes a dark bay mare slowly and carefully, each stroke deliberate, patient, and rhythmic. The scene is simple, yet in its simplicity lies a profound, soothing order. Walking further into the town, the square greets you with an even gentler hush than before. Shops close one by one. The baker extinguishes the oven fire, leaving only the faint smell of warmth and bread lingering in the air. Children's laughter fades to distant echoes as the last of them are called home. A soft wind stirs leaves along the cobblestones, and lantern light flickers warmly across the streets. Every step you take feels cushioned by the stillness around you, the town's natural cadence slowing your heartbeat, quieting your thoughts, and preparing you for night. You pass the schoolhouse on River Street, its doors closed, windows reflecting the last hues of sunlight. The blackboard inside gleams faintly, untouched and smooth, and the smell of chalk and oiled wood lingers, nostalgic and calm. Across the lane, a piano sends out a single gentle chord from a half-open window. The note is low, soft, and unhurried, stretching into the evening air like a sigh. Even the faint creak of shutters or the scuff of a footstep carries a patient, deliberate grace, blending with the other subtle sounds of Maple Hollow as the day leans into night. At the heart of the village, the church stands tall, its white steeple catching the last rays of the sun. A single lantern glows near the door, casting golden light across the steps. Inside, pews rest in quiet order, polished and smooth, the scent of beeswax faint but comforting. You imagine the caretaker completing his evening routine, sweeping gently, checking windows, setting candles, all with the careful reverence of one who knows the town will rest in peace beneath his watch. The bell will not toll again until morning, yet its presence, silent and patient, reinforces the gentle rhythm of life here. As the last warmth of the sun slips behind distant hills, the sky deepens into shades of purple and blue. The first stars begin to twinkle, and the orchard hill casts a calm shadow across the town. Lanterns in homes glow softly, one by one, and the smell of supper, bread, stew, roasted vegetables, wafts gently through open windows. You follow the winding lane back toward the orchard hill, moving slowly, deliberately, absorbing the peace that the town offers in every detail. Settling again beneath the familiar apple tree, you let the evening air surround you. The grass cools beneath your hands, the breeze brushes softly against your face, and the orchard seems to exhale a slow, steady breath. From the river to the square, from the livery to the schoolhouse, every sound, every shadow, every faint scent carries the calm of Maple Hollow into your body and mind. The day is ending, yet the town's quiet pulse persists, patient, enduring, and serene. Here, on the hill overlooking the town, you close your eyes. The steady hum of evening, rustling leaves, gentle water, faint distant voices, wraps around you like a soft blanket. Time slows to match your heartbeat, each breath synchronizing with the pulse of the town, and the comfort of Maple Hollow settles deep into your bones. You are cradled in the quiet rhythm of small-town life, poised between day and night, and gently guided toward a rest so profound that every worry, every fleeting thought drifts away. The town watches over you, patient and kind, as the shadows lengthen and the stars begin their slow, deliberate dance across the sky. The light continues to fade, softening the edges of Maple Hollow into gentle shades of amber and violet. Beneath the apple tree on the orchard hill, you sit quietly, feeling the warmth of the day lingering in the grass and the gentle pulse of life around you. The town stretches below, calm and serene, every rooftop and garden bathed in the tender glow of the fading sun. A few distant chimneys exhale their last trails of smoke for the day, spiraling upward to mingle with the cool evening air. Each scent, hay, wood smoke, ripe fruit, and wildflowers, blends into a harmony that feels as old as the town itself. From the square below, faint sounds drift upward. The church bell has tolled again, slower this time, its resonance carrying across the cobblestone streets. Somewhere, a blacksmith taps lightly, carefully, the rhythm deliberate and unhurried. Horses shuffle gently in their stalls, tails flicking lazily at the cool dusk. Every sound merges into a quiet symphony, subtle yet precise, as though Maple Hollow itself is preparing for rest without hurrying, without abruptness, only with patience and gentle care. You rise and begin to wander along the narrow lane that leads from the orchard to the heart of the village. Shadows stretch long and soft across the stone pathways, dappling the fences and hedges. The scent of apple blossoms mixes with evening dew, rich and delicate. Lanterns begin to glow faintly in windows, their amber light spilling onto the street in calm pools. Through one half-open window, you catch a glimpse of a mother singing softly to her child. The lullaby carries through the evening air, delicate and unhurried, harmonizing with the rhythm of the town, the river, and the orchard beyond. At the riverbank, Mill Creek glimmers with the reflection of the low sun. The water flows steadily, smooth over worn stones, whispering its gentle song. A heron lifts once more, moving silently across the rippling surface, and dragonflies flit over the edges of the stream, wings catching tiny flecks of fading sunlight. You sit on your familiar rock, letting the soft murmur of the river fill the space inside you. Every ripple, every shift of light, every distant bird call seems designed to ease your mind and draw you closer to the stillness that the town offers so generously. From the river, you wander toward the livery stable. The horses stamp lightly in their stalls, the swish of tails and soft murmur of breathing blending with the distant song of evening birds. The stable smells of hay, leather and earth, grounding you in the comfort of tactile, ordinary life, while the day's light melts away into deeper shadows. You watch as a groom brushes a dark bay mare slowly and carefully, each stroke deliberate, patient, and rhythmic. The scene is simple, yet in its simplicity lies a profound, soothing order. Walking further into the town, the square greets you with an even gentler hush than before. Shops close one by one. The baker extinguishes the oven fire, leaving only the faint smell of warmth and bread lingering in the air. Children's laughter fades to distant echoes as the last of them are called home. A soft wind stirs leaves along the cobblestones, and lantern light flickers warmly across the streets. Every step you take feels cushioned by the stillness around you, the town's natural cadence slowing your heartbeat, quieting your thoughts, and preparing you for night. You pass the schoolhouse on River Street, its doors closed, windows reflecting the last hues of sunlight. The blackboard inside gleams faintly, untouched and smooth, and the smell of chalk and oiled wood lingers, nostalgic and calm. Across the lane, a piano sends out a single gentle chord from a half-open window. The note is low, soft, and unhurried, stretching into the evening air like a sigh. Even the faint creak of shutters or the scuff of a footstep carries a patient, deliberate grace, blending with the other subtle sounds of Maple Hollow as the day leans into night. At the heart of the village, the church stands tall, its white steeple catching the last rays of the sun. A single lantern glows near the door, casting golden light across the steps. Inside, pews rest in quiet order, polished and smooth, the scent of beeswax faint but comforting. You imagine the caretaker completing his evening routine, sweeping gently, checking windows, setting candles, all with the careful reverence of one who knows the town will rest in peace beneath his watch. The bell will not toll again until morning, yet its presence, silent and patient, reinforces the gentle rhythm of life here. As the last warmth of the sun slips behind distant hills, the sky deepens into shades of purple and blue. The first stars begin to twinkle, and the orchard hill casts a calm shadow across the town. Lanterns in homes glow softly, one by one, and the smell of supper, bread, stew, roasted vegetables, wafts gently through open windows. You follow the winding lane back toward the orchard hill, moving slowly, deliberately, absorbing the peace that the town offers in every detail. Settling again beneath the familiar apple tree, you let the evening air surround you. The grass cools beneath your hands, the breeze brushes softly against your face, and the orchard seems to exhale a slow, steady breath. From the river to the square, from the livery to the schoolhouse, every sound, every shadow, every faint scent carries the calm of Maple Hollow into your body and mind. The day is ending, yet the town's quiet pulse persists, patient, enduring, and serene. Here, on the hill overlooking the town, you close your eyes. The steady hum of evening, rustling leaves, gentle water, faint distant voices, wraps around you like a soft blanket. Time slows to match your heartbeat, each breath synchronizing with the pulse of the town, and the comfort of Maple Hollow settles deep into your bones. You are cradled in the quiet rhythm of small-town life, poised between day and night, and gently guided toward a rest so profound that every worry, every fleeting thought drifts away. The town watches over you, patient and kind, as the shadows lengthen and the stars begin their slow, deliberate dance across the sky. The night deepens over Maple Hollow, settling into a rich velvet quiet that stretches from the orchard hill to the distant edges of the town. Beneath the apple tree, the grass cools further, soft under your hands and shoulders as you lean back against the trunk. The moon hangs low, its pale light weaving silver threads across the leaves, turning each apple, each branch, and each blade of grass into a delicate tapestry of shadow and illumination. The orchard whispers softly, a gentle susurration that sways with the evening breeze. Somewhere in the distance, a nightingale sings, its melody low and tranquil, mingling with the hum of crickets and the distant, steady murmur of the river. From your vantage point, the town lies in a calm hush. Roofs and chimneys are draped in silvery light, and the faint glimmer of lanterns illuminates cobblestone streets in soft, steady pools. Windows reveal moments of quiet domestic life. A mother tucks her child beneath warm blankets, the faint scent of bread and stew still lingering in the air. A father closes a book by candlelight, sighing gently into the tranquil night. Every action is slow, deliberate, infused with the serenity of a town that has learned the art of unhurried living. The orchard path calls once more, and you wander down the gentle slope toward the town center. Shadows dance across the fences and hedgerows, shifting with the soft movement of the wind. Lantern light guides your steps, casting a warm glow on the cobblestones. A cat moves silently along the lane, its paws almost soundless, pausing briefly to sniff at a fallen leaf before continuing its quiet journey. Each small movement, each whispered sound, carries the rhythm of calm, inviting your senses to align with the gentle heartbeat of the town. The river greets you again, its surface a dark mirror reflecting the faint shimmer of stars. Mill Creek flows steadily, smooth over stones, murmuring a timeless lullaby. Dragonflies have retreated, replaced by the subtle splash of fish breaking the water's surface. A heron rests silently at the bank, one leg tucked beneath its feathers, its form perfectly still. You find your familiar rock and sit, letting the river's soothing cadence fill the quiet spaces within you. Every ripple, every rustle of leaves, every distant murmur from the town weaves together to form a soundscape designed solely for calm, for rest, and for the gentle easing of thought. From the riverbank, you wander back toward Main Street. The square is deserted now, save for the occasional flicker of lantern light through windows. Shop doors are closed, their brass handles gleaming faintly in the moonlight. Horses are stabled, their soft breathing adding a gentle rhythm to the night. A faint wind stirs the leaves along the streets, rustling them in delicate patterns. Each sound, each shadow, each scent is part of the town's soft nocturnal symphony, composed carefully over decades, perhaps centuries, to soothe every visitor into calm and gentle repose. Passing the church, its white steeple outlined in silver against the deepening sky, you notice the flicker of candlelight within. The caretaker moves slowly, checking the windows, adjusting candles, sweeping faint traces of dust from polished floors. His movements are deliberate, patient, reverent, reinforcing the sense of unhurried harmony that has settled over Maple Hollow. The bell is silent until morning, yet it feels present, a quiet reminder of the town's steady pulse, a heartbeat of patience and order that extends from the past into this tranquil night. River Street lies quiet as you walk, the windows of homes glowing softly. One by one, families are tucked into slumber. A lullaby drifts from a half-open window, fading into the night. A candle guttering in the bakery window casts its final glow before extinguishing. A piano chord sounds faintly once, lingering in the cool air, a gentle echo of the day's music. Every motion, every note, every rustle is deliberate, measured, slow, and comforting, guiding your senses into a rhythm of serenity that mirrors the town itself. Returning to the orchard hill, you settle beneath the apple tree once more. The moonlight is softer now, bathing the grass and branches in pale silver. Crickets hum in gentle cadence, leaves stir with the faintest of breezes, and distant lanterns glow warmly in the town below. The air carries the blended scents of blossoms, cool earth, and the lingering warmth of day, mingling to create a fragrance that feels timeless and deeply reassuring. You close your eyes, letting the harmony of the orchard, the town, and the river envelop you completely. Here, on the hill, cradled by the enduring rhythm of Maple Hollow, your mind softens and your body settles into stillness. Every heartbeat aligns with the gentle pulse of the town. Every breath syncs with the river's endless song. Every thought drifts into calm. Time stretches without edge. Space expands without pressure. And the world itself feels poised to hold you in perfect quiet. Maple Hollow watches over you, patient, kind, and constant. As the night deepens, the stars wheel slowly across the sky, and the tranquil pulse of Victorian small-town life carries you ever closer to sleep, peaceful, deep, and unwavering. The night grows deeper, folding Maple Hollow into a soft, infinite calm. Beneath the apple tree, you remain seated, embraced by the cool night air and the gentle, steady rhythm of the town below. Shadows deepen and shift among the branches, tracing intricate patterns across the grass. The moon glimmers softly through the leaves, turning every apple, branch, and blade of grass into a silvery, delicate mosaic. Crickets hum steadily, their quiet chorus harmonizing with the distant rush of Mill Creek, which murmurs endlessly over smooth stones, a timeless lullaby in the quiet of night. From your vantage point on the Orchard Hill, the town lies serene and subdued. Windows glow faintly with warm amber light, each rectangle revealing a story of evening routines winding toward rest. Families prepare for slumber. A mother tucks her children beneath soft blankets, the faint aroma of bread and stew lingering in the open air. A father closes a book, letting out a slow, contented breath. A lamp flickers in the bakery as the last traces of work are finished. Every motion is unhurried, every sound soft and deliberate, perfectly attuned to the rhythm of the evening. You rise slowly, letting your hands brush against the cool grass, and begin the gentle descent along the orchard path. The wind stirs leaves and long grasses, making them sway in delicate waves. Lanterns along the cobblestone streets below glow steadily, casting pools of amber light and shadow that shift slowly as the night deepens. A cat moves silently along a fence, its soft paws making almost no sound at all. Each subtle movement, each whispered note of the nocturnal town draws your mind into calm, slowing your thoughts and easing your senses. The river greets you as you reach its bank. Mill Creek glimmers faintly under the soft reflection of the moonlight, silvering over stones worn smooth by countless seasons. Fish leap occasionally, sending delicate ripples across the surface, while a heron stands motionless at the water's edge, perfectly still in its quiet vigil. You sit on your familiar rock, letting the cool night air envelop you and allow the constant, unhurried murmur of the river to carry your awareness further into peace. Each ripple, each rustle of the leaves, each distant hum from the town forms a layered symphony, a soft and endless melody of calm and stillness. The quiet streets of the village beckon once more, and you wander slowly through the square. Lanterns glow softly, painting cobblestones with golden light. Shop doors are closed, the last candle guttering in the bakery before its flame fades entirely. Horses breathe evenly in the stables, the rhythmic sound merging with the soft sigh of the night wind through the leaves. The town seems to move as one, every resident, every animal, every sound in harmony with the slow, measured cadence of evening. Even the distant bell of the church, silent until morning, seems to echo gently in the mind, reinforcing the sense of timeless patience. Passing the church, you notice the glow of candlelight within, flickering faintly across polished pews. The caretaker moves with quiet purpose, checking windows, adjusting candles, sweeping faint dust with slow, deliberate motions. Every gesture reinforces the calm that has settled across the town, a meditation of movement that invites anyone watching or imagining to slow their breath, soften their heartbeat, and surrender to serenity. Along River Street, the windows of homes reflect the faint silver of moonlight. Families rest inside. A lullaby drifts from one window. Another house remains still as a father finishes tidying a room. A faint piano note sounds here and there, each chord resonating with a softness that matches the night's tranquility. Every detail, every sound, every movement contributes to the gentle lull that envelops the town. A lullaby composed from centuries of rhythm and care, orchestrated to ease mind, body, and spirit into peacefulness. You return once more to the Orchard Hill, settling beneath the sturdy apple tree. Moonlight filters through the branches, creating soft, shifting patterns on the grass. Crickets continue their steady cadence, the river murmurs far below, and the town glows faintly with amber light. lanterns in windows guiding the night with warmth and calm. The scents of blossoms, cool earth, and lingering warmth of day mingle, creating an atmosphere both familiar and timeless. You close your eyes, letting the sights, sounds, and fragrances of Maple Hollow wrap around you completely. Here, beneath the apple tree, the quiet pulse of the town settles deep into your being. Each heartbeat slows to match the gentle rhythm of the river. Each breath lengthens in harmony with the orchard's sway. Each thought drifts farther, softening into the serenity of night. Time loses urgency, space expands gently, and the world holds you with tender patience. Maple Hollow watches over you, constant and kind, as the stars wheel across the sky and the calm of Victorian small-town life carries you further into sleep, a deep, untroubled, and enduring rest. The night settles fully over Maple Hollow, wrapping the town in a serene and endless calm. Beneath the apple tree, you remain seated, the cool grass cushioning your body, your mind drifting gently in sync with the subtle rhythms of the town. Moonlight filters softly through the orchard, illuminating leaves, branches, and apples with a delicate silvery glow. Crickets maintain their steady chorus, punctuated by the occasional rustle of a nocturnal bird or the faint murmur of distant water. Every sound, every movement seems carefully measured, creating an invisible pulse of calm that flows through the orchard, the river, and the village below. From the hill, the town appears peaceful and settled. Warm lantern light spills from windows onto cobblestone streets, casting gentle shadows that stretch and merge in the cool night air. Families have retired indoors. Mothers settle their children into beds, tucking blankets snugly around them. Fathers close books and extinguish candles. The aroma of late suppers, stews, breads, and roasted vegetables lingers faintly in the evening air. Each household moves in quiet harmony, part of the town's rhythm, each action deliberate, unhurried, and full of calm intention. You rise slowly, letting your fingers brush against the cool grass, and begin the gentle walk down the orchard path toward the village. Shadows from the trees and hedges shift softly with the evening breeze, painting delicate, moving patterns across the lane. Lanterns glow steadily, providing a gentle, golden illumination for your steps. A lone cat slinks silently along a fence, pausing briefly before continuing its soft patrol. Every movement, every sound, seems attuned to the same slow, measured cadence that governs the town, inviting your senses to soften, your thoughts to slow, and your body to relax further. The river greets you as always, glimmering faintly under the moon's reflection. Mill Creek flows with timeless patience, smoothing over worn stones, whispering its gentle lullaby. Fish occasionally leap, sending tiny ripples across the surface, while a heron stands still at the far bank, its presence calm and unwavering. You sit once more on the familiar rock, letting the water's subtle music carry your mind further into a state of deep calm. The night seems to stretch endlessly, every ripple of the water, every sigh of wind through the trees, every distant murmur of the town layering together to form a symphony of tranquility. Walking through the square, you notice that Main Street is almost entirely still. Shop doors are firmly closed, the last flicker of candlelight in the bakery fading into shadow. Horses in the stables breathe evenly, their steady rhythm blending with the gentle murmur of leaves and the distant gurgle of the river. The church bell remains silent until morning, yet its presence is felt, a reminder of the town's slow, enduring heartbeat. Every motion, every sound, every shadow is harmonized to encourage serenity, a careful orchestration of peace designed to ease body, mind, and spirit into gentle rest. Passing the church, you glimpse the caretaker inside. His movements are deliberate and calm, sweeping dust from the floors, adjusting candles, checking windows. The quiet reverence of his tasks reinforces the tranquility that has descended over Maple Hollow. Every gesture, slow and patient, becomes part of the night's gentle rhythm, guiding you deeper into the serene pulse of small-town life. River Street is hushed as you stroll along it. Windows glow softly with warm light. Lullabies drift from open windows, books are closed, and the faint notes of a piano resonate once before fading into silence. The air carries scents of evening meals, cool earth, and blooming night flowers. Every detail is part of the town's delicate nocturnal tapestry, designed to soothe, calm, and guide anyone observing or imagining toward rest. You return once more to the orchard hill, settling beneath the apple tree as the night deepens. The moon casts silvered patterns across the grass. Leaves stir gently in the breeze, and the distant lanterns of the town glow warmly. Crickets hum steadily, and the soft murmur of the river flows like a gentle heartbeat through the stillness. The orchard, the town, and the river combine to create a cocoon of tranquility, one that draws you ever closer to the gentle embrace of sleep. Here, beneath the familiar branches, you feel fully cradled by the enduring rhythm of Maple Hollow. Each heartbeat slows to match the subtle pulse of the town. Each breath lengthens in harmony with the river's timeless song. Every thought drifts gently away, softened into calm. Time and space seem suspended, holding you tenderly. The stars wheel silently overhead. The night stretches on, and the quiet, unhurried life of Victorian small-town America carries you deeper into peaceful, restorative sleep, surrounded by the serene harmony of a town that watches over you with patient, unwavering care. The night grows even quieter, settling Maple Hollow into a velvet stillness that feels timeless. Beneath the apple tree on the orchard hill, the grass feels cool and soft against your palms, grounding you in the present moment, while the town below drifts further into rest. Moonlight cascades through the branches, casting shifting silver patterns across leaves and fallen apples. Crickets hum their unending measured song, accompanied by the soft rustle of leaves and the distant low murmur of Mill Creek. Even the occasional distant call of an owl seems deliberate and slow, part of the natural orchestra of night that has lulled generations into calm slumber. From your vantage point, the town below glows gently with warm lantern light. Windows reveal quiet vignettes of life. A mother smoothing her child's hair as they drift to sleep. The faint smell of evening meals still lingering in the air. A father extinguishing the last candle of the evening with careful hands. Every household moves with unhurried precision, part of the town's enduring rhythm. Each subtle sound, the creak of a shutter, the gentle clink of a door, the soft scuff of a shoe, blends seamlessly into the night's soothing cadence. Maple Hollow itself seems aware of its own serenity, nurturing the peace of those who dwell here and those who visit, even in thought. You rise slowly and make your way down the orchard hill, letting the long shadows of the trees stretch before you. The gentle breeze carries the faint scent of apple blossoms, earth, and hay from nearby fields. Lanterns along the street glow softly, guiding your steps with pools of warm light. A solitary cat moves along a fence, silent and careful, pausing briefly to sniff at the ground before continuing. Every movement, every sound, aligns with the unhurried rhythm of the town, encouraging your mind to soften, your heartbeat to slow, and your body to relax further. Mill Creek glimmers under the silver light of the moon, its waters flowing steadily over smooth stones. Fish leap occasionally, sending delicate ripples across the water, while a heron stands perfectly still on the bank, its presence calm and unshakable. Sitting on your familiar rock, you let the steady murmur of the river fill the spaces within you. The gentle ripple of water, the whisper of wind through the orchard, and the distant hum of the town merge into a lullaby of peace, each note measured, patient, and unhurried. The town square is almost silent as you pass through it. Shop doors are closed, the faint glow of lanterns reflecting in windows. Horses rest in their stables, their slow breathing merging with the night's subtle symphony. The church stands tall and quiet, its bell silent until morning, yet somehow present in the rhythm of the town, a gentle reminder of enduring order and calm. Every shadow, every soft sound, every glimmer of light contributes to the serenity, inviting you to sink further into the quiet harmony of the night. Passing the church, you notice the caretaker moving slowly, performing his nightly tasks with deliberate care, sweeping, adjusting candles, checking windows. Each gesture is patient and meditative, reinforcing the gentle rhythm of Maple Hollow. Time itself seems to slow here, each motion extending into the next, a continuous flow of calm that blankets the town and settles over your senses. Along River Street, soft lantern light flickers across windows, illuminating streets deserted of people. Families are tucked into slumber, lullabies drift faintly from open windows, a candle guttering softly, a piano note heard just once before fading into silence. The air carries faint scents of evening meals, cool earth, and night flowers. Every detail contributes to a tapestry of serenity, a night carefully composed to relax, calm, and soothe the mind, body, and spirit. You return once again to the Orchard Hill, settling beneath the apple tree. The moonlight falls gently through the branches, painting the grass with silver patterns. The soft hum of crickets, the gentle rustle of leaves, the distant murmur of the river, and the warm glow of lanterns in the town all combine to create a cocoon of tranquility. Here, beneath the apple tree, the enduring rhythm of Maple Hollow seeps into you. Each heartbeat slows to match the river's steady pulse. Each breath lengthens with the orchard's gentle sway. Every thought drifts further into calm. The stars wheel slowly across the night sky, casting a soft glow over the town and orchard alike. Maple Hollow's quiet pulse cradles you completely, holding you in the safety of its calm. Time stretches gently. The world itself seems to pause, and you are carried deeper into serene, restful sleep. The steady, unhurried life of Victorian small-town America, timeless and patient, wraps around you like a warm, protective blanket, guiding you into a deep, undisturbed slumber that is as gentle as it is enduring. The night deepens further over Maple Hollow, settling the town into a velvet calm that stretches across streets, orchards, and riverbanks alike. Beneath the apple tree on the Orchard Hill, the cool grass cushions your body, grounding you as your mind drifts ever more gently into the rhythm of the evening. Moonlight filters softly through branches, highlighting apples, leaves, and the contours of the grass in silvered patterns. Crickets maintain their steady, hypnotic chorus, punctuated occasionally by the low murmur of the river or the faint call of a distant owl. Each sound, each motion, seems deliberate, measured, and crafted to soothe the senses and guide you deeper into calm. From this high vantage point, the town below glows with the soft golden warmth of lanterns. Windows reveal quiet domestic scenes, mothers smoothing their children into sleep, fathers closing books with care, the faint aroma of evening meals lingering in the air. Each household moves in a gentle, unhurried rhythm, a pattern that extends from centuries of habit and understanding of peaceful living. Every detail, soft footsteps, distant water, rustling leaves, blends into a subtle harmony that invites your mind to slow, your breath to deepen, and your heartbeat to settle into the town's unspoken cadence. You rise from the grass and begin a slow walk down the orchard path, letting your hands brush lightly against the cool blades. Shadows shift gently as the branches sway with the night breeze, creating moving patterns that dance across the path. Lanterns along cobblestone streets glow steadily, casting pools of warmth amidst the darkness. A cat moves silently along the fence, its soft, careful steps blending seamlessly into the quiet tapestry of sounds around you. Every subtle detail, the wind's whisper, the distant creak of a shutter, the soft clatter of a falling leaf, carries a sense of patience and calm, perfectly attuned to the night's gentle rhythm. At the riverbank, Mill Creek glimmers faintly under the moon's reflection, flowing smoothly over stones worn by countless seasons. Fish occasionally leap, sending delicate ripples across the surface, while a heron stands still, one leg tucked beneath its feathers, surveying the water with unwavering patience. You settle onto your familiar rock, letting the river's murmuring carry your thoughts and awareness deeper into a state of tranquility. The night sounds, the ripple of water, the soft rustle of leaves, the distant lantern glow, form a seamless lullaby that envelops your senses and softens every tension within you. As you wander toward the square, the streets are nearly deserted, shop doors are closed, their handles gleaming faintly in the gentle lantern light. Horses rest quietly in stables, their slow, steady breathing merging with the murmur of wind through trees. The church bell is silent, yet its presence is felt, echoing softly in memory and reinforcing the town's slow, patient heartbeat. Every shadow, every faint sound, every glowing window contributes to a feeling of complete calm, drawing your mind further into the night's quiet embrace. Passing the church, you glimpse the caretaker moving slowly through his nightly routine, sweeping floors, adjusting candles, checking windows with deliberate care. Each gesture is meditative and unhurried, reinforcing the serenity that has settled over the town. Time itself seems to stretch and soften here, every movement flowing seamlessly into the next, creating a continuum of calm that extends through Maple Hollow and into your own senses. Along River Street, the faint glow of lanterns highlights windows and cobblestones. Families are tucked into bed, lullabies drift softly from open windows, candles gutter gently before extinguishing, and the faintest piano notes are heard, resonating once before fading into silence. The air carries a blend of night scents, cool earth, blossoms, lingering warmth from evening meals. Every element contributes to the night's careful orchestration, each sound, shadow, and light chosen by the town itself to soothe, calm, and guide you toward deep relaxation. Returning to the Orchard Hill, you settle beneath the apple tree, moonlight cascading through branches in shifting silver patterns. Crickets hum a steady cadence, the distant river murmurs, and the soft glow of the town below bathes the scene in warmth. The orchard, the river, and the village blend into a cocoon of tranquility, a living lullaby that wraps around you and guides you toward gentle sleep. Beneath the familiar branches, the enduring rhythm of Maple Hollow seeps into your being. Each heartbeat slows to match the steady pulse of the river. Each breath lengthens with the orchard's sway. Every thought drifts gently and softly away. Time stretches and pauses. Space feels safe and infinite, and the world holds you tenderly. The stars wheel silently above. The town breathes in harmonious calm, and the gentle, unhurried life of Victorian small-town America carries you into deep, restorative sleep, a serene and enduring rest, embraced fully by the tranquil night. The night grows ever deeper, and Maple Hollow is enveloped in a stillness so complete it feels as if time itself has slowed to a gentle, unhurried rhythm. Beneath the apple tree on the Orchard Hill, the grass cradles you, cool and soft, each blade brushing against your palms as your body sinks further into the calm embrace of the evening. Moonlight pours through the branches, illuminating the apples and leaves in silver light, turning every contour of the orchard into a shifting mosaic of shadows and gentle gleams. Crickets hum in steady, unbroken cadence, their soft song harmonizing with the faint rustle of leaves and the low, constant murmur of Mill Creek as it glides over smooth, worn stones. An owl calls far off, its voice slow and echoing, perfectly blending with the natural symphony of the night. From this vantage point, the town below appears as a gentle, glowing pattern of warmth and quiet life. Windows radiate amber light, revealing moments of peaceful domesticity. A mother smooths her child's hair as they drift into slumber. A father closes the last book of the day. A candle flickers softly in the bakery before finally dimming. Each movement is deliberate, measured, and slow, part of the town's centuries-old rhythm of calm. Even the soft clatter of distant shutters, the faint sigh of the wind through trees, or the quiet shuffle of a horse's hooves contributes to the town's delicate orchestration of serenity. You rise slowly and begin a gentle descent down the orchard path. The wind stirs leaves, grasses, and branches, causing shadows to dance lightly across the cobblestone lanes. Lanterns glow softly along the streets, casting warm, steady light onto your path. A solitary cat moves silently along the fence, its steps so careful and quiet that it seems to float on the night air. Every detail, the soft flicker of a window, the whisper of leaves, the distant hum of the river, aligns with the town's unhurried rhythm, encouraging your mind to slow, your heartbeat to ease, and your thoughts to soften. Mill Creek reflects the moon's pale light, its surface moving smoothly as water flows over stones that have long been shaped by seasons past. Fish leap now and then, sending tiny, delicate ripples outward, and the heron at the water's edge stands perfectly still, surveying the scene with calm and unwavering patience. Sitting on your familiar rock, you let the murmuring of the river seep into your being. The ripples, the wind through the orchard, the distant lantern glow, and the subtle night sounds blend into a soft, continuous lullaby, each note designed to calm and ease the senses. As you move toward the square, Main Street remains almost entirely still. Shop doors are closed, their brass handles catching the dim lantern glow. Horses in stables breathe slowly and evenly, merging their quiet rhythm with the murmur of the night. The church, with its tall white steeple, stands as a silent guardian, its bell resting until morning. Shadows stretch and shift gently along cobblestones, lanterns, and hedgerows, creating a visual rhythm that mirrors the unhurried pulse of the town. Every sound, shadow, and movement works together to reinforce serenity, drawing both town and visitor into gentle calm. Passing the church, you see the caretaker tending his nightly duties. Each sweep of the broom, each candle adjustment, each window check is performed with deliberate care, reinforcing the evening's tranquility. His movements are patient and meditative, the soft echo of his work blending seamlessly into the town's nocturnal rhythm. Time itself feels slowed here. Each motion flows into the next. Every sound stretches gently into space, guiding your senses into deeper rest. Along River Street, lanterns illuminate windows softly, reflecting silver and gold across the cobblestones. Families rest inside. Lullabies float from open windows, candles gutter and fade, and a soft piano note here and there resonates before dissolving into silence. The air carries the delicate scents of evening meals, night-blooming flowers, and cool earth, mixing into a fragrance that feels timeless and deeply reassuring. Every detail contributes to the town's orchestration of peace, inviting your mind, body, and spirit to settle completely. You return to the Orchard Hill, resting beneath the apple tree once again. Moonlight filters through branches, casting soft silver patterns over grass and leaves. Crickets hum steadily, the river murmurs faintly below, and the distant lanterns glow warmly from the town. The orchard, river, and village together form a cocoon of tranquility, a living lullaby that surrounds you with serenity and calm. Beneath the familiar branches, the town's gentle rhythm permeates your being. Each heartbeat slows to match the river's pulse. Each breath lengthens with the orchard's sway, and every thought drifts softly away into quiet. Time and space stretch, holding you tenderly, the stars moving slowly overhead. Maple Hollow breathes with patient calm, and the enduring life of Victorian small-town America carries you into deep, restorative sleep. Secure in the gentle embrace of night and timeless tranquility, the night lingers, deep and enveloping, as Maple Hollow rests beneath a sky studded with countless stars. Beneath the apple tree on the Orchard Hill, you remain settled, the cool grass pressing gently against your skin, anchoring you as the town drifts ever deeper into tranquility. Moonlight filters through the branches, shimmering on leaves and fallen apples, weaving a soft tapestry of silver across the earth. Crickets maintain their steady, rhythmic song, mingling with the distant, constant murmur of Mill Creek and the occasional call of an owl far off in the woods. Each sound, every movement of shadow or leaf, carries a quiet precision, orchestrating the perfect calm to soothe both mind and body. From the hilltop, the town appears as a collection of glowing, serene vignettes. Warm lantern light spills from windows revealing tender domestic moments. A mother smooths her child's hair as sleep overtakes them. A father closes a book and sighs gently, and the faint aroma of evening meals still lingers in the air. Every household follows its unhurried rhythm, every footstep and gesture perfectly in harmony with the town's centuries-old cadence of calm. Even the soft clatter of a shutter, the sigh of wind through the trees, or the distant shuffle of a horse's hooves contributes to the seamless lullaby that enfolds Maple Hollow each night. You rise slowly, feeling the grass beneath your hands, and begin a gentle descent along the orchard path. Shadows stretch and shift, dancing across the cobblestones and hedgerows with the soft movement of the night breeze. Lanterns along the street provide gentle guidance, bathing the path in warm, steady light. A cat moves silently along the fence, pausing briefly to observe the night before continuing its careful patrol. Each detail, the subtle flicker of a window, the whispering of leaves, the distant hum of water, aligns with the town's slow, measured rhythm, inviting your mind to relax, your heart to slow, and your body to unwind further into serenity. Mill Creek glimmers softly under the moon's pale reflection, water flowing smoothly over stones, shaped by countless seasons. Fish leap sporadically, sending tiny ripples across the surface, while the heron remains motionless at the riverbank, a quiet sentinel in the night. Sitting once more on your familiar rock, you allow the gentle murmur of the river to fill your senses. Every ripple, every rustle, every soft nocturnal sound forms a layered symphony designed to calm, soothe, and lull you into deep tranquility. The town square lies quiet and still as you walk through it. Shop doors are closed, lanterns cast warm light onto the cobblestones, and horses breathe evenly in the stables. The church steeple rises quietly above the town, its bells silent until morning. Yet its presence reinforces the slow, steady heartbeat of Maple Hollow. Every shadow, every sound, and every flicker of light contributes to the town's harmonious rhythm, guiding your senses deeper into the serene pulse of night. Passing the church, you observe the caretaker tending his nightly duties. Each motion, sweeping the floor, adjusting a candle, checking windows, is deliberate and patient, blending seamlessly into the quiet orchestra of the night. Time seems to stretch here. Each gesture flows gently into the next, a meditation of movement and stillness that carries you further into restful calm. Along River Street, windows glow softly with lantern light, reflecting across quiet cobblestones. Families are tucked in, lullabies drift from open windows, and piano notes echo faintly before fading into silence. The air carries delicate scents of evening meals, night-blooming flowers, and cool earth, blending into a fragrance that is both comforting and timeless. Every sight, sound, and scent contributes to the town's carefully maintained nocturnal serenity, encouraging your mind, body, and spirit to release tension and surrender to rest. Returning to the orchard hill, you settle beneath the apple tree, moonlight filtering through branches and casting silvered patterns over the grass. Crickets hum steadily, the river murmurs softly in the distance, and the warm lantern glow of the town stretches across the valley below. The orchard, river, and village together form a cocoon of tranquility, a living lullaby enveloping you in calm. Beneath the familiar branches, the pulse of Maple Hollow penetrates every fiber of your being. Each heartbeat aligns with the river's gentle flow. Each breath expands with the orchard's sway. Every thought drifts farther into quiet. Time and space seem suspended, holding you gently. Stars wheel slowly overhead. The town breathes with patient calm, and the enduring life of Victorian small-town America carries you deeper into restful, restorative sleep, cradled in the gentle embrace of night and timeless serenity. Night has fully embraced Maple Hollow, wrapping the town, the orchard, and the river in a blanket of soft, infinite calm. Beneath the apple tree on the orchard hill, you remain seated, feeling the cool blades of grass beneath your hands, grounding your body as your mind drifts effortlessly with the rhythm of the evening. Moonlight spills through branches, illuminating leaves and apples in a delicate silver glow, casting shifting patterns on the grass below. Crickets hum steadily in the background, mingling with the gentle rustle of the orchard trees and the constant murmur of Mill Creek, which glides over smooth stones, reflecting the moonlight in soft, fleeting sparkles. Every sound, every subtle motion is part of the town's quiet symphony, orchestrated over generations to calm and soothe the senses. From the hilltop, the town below radiates a gentle, steady warmth. Lanterns glow softly in windows, illuminating small domestic moments. A mother brushing a child's hair as they drift towards sleep. A father closing a book with a sigh, and the faint lingering smell of warm bread and stew from the evening's meals. Every movement of every household is unhurried, deliberate, and harmonious with the centuries-old rhythm of Maple Hollow. Even the soft creak of a shutter, the whisper of wind through the trees, or the distant shuffle of hooves across cobblestone becomes part of the gentle lullaby that drapes over the town each night. You rise slowly, letting your fingers brush against the grass, and begin a quiet walk down the orchard path. Shadows dance gently across the cobblestones and hedgerows as the night breeze stirs leaves and branches. Lanterns provide soft guidance along the streets, casting pools of warm golden light. A lone cat moves silently along the fence, pausing momentarily before continuing on its cautious patrol. Every detail, the flicker of a candle in a window, the faint murmur of distant water, the soft rustle of leaves, aligns perfectly with the town's unhurried, deliberate rhythm, encouraging your mind to slow your heart to ease and your body to sink further into calm. Mill Creek glimmers under the moon, flowing with patience over the stones worn smooth by countless seasons. Fish leap occasionally, sending ripples across the water, and a heron remains motionless at the riverbank, observing the world with calm and unwavering stillness. Sitting on your familiar rock, you allow the murmuring of the river to fill your awareness. Each ripple, each rustle, each distant sound layers into a continuous, soothing lullaby, a symphony of subtle motions that invites your mind, body, and spirit to surrender fully to the serenity of the night. The town square is quiet as you wander through it. Shops are closed. Lanterns cast gentle light on the cobblestones, and horses rest in their stables, breathing slowly and evenly. The church towers above the town in silence, its bells silent until morning, yet its presence is felt, reinforcing the calm, steady heartbeat of Maple Hollow. Every shadow, every sound, every faint flicker of light contributes to the evening's harmonious rhythm, guiding you deeper into the gentle pulse of this small-town night. Passing the church, you notice the caretaker moving slowly through his nightly routine. Sweeping, adjusting candles, and checking windows, each motion is performed with deliberate care. His movements merge seamlessly into the town's quiet nocturnal symphony. Time seems suspended here. Gestures flow gently into one another. Every sound stretches, softens, and lengthens, guiding your senses further into restful calm. Along River Street, lantern light glimmers on windows and cobblestones, families nestled inside. Lullabies drift faintly from open windows. Piano notes echo once before fading, and candles gutter and dim gently. The air carries the soft fragrances of evening meals, night-blooming flowers, and cool earth, mingling into a comforting, timeless aroma. Every element of the night, the sights, the scents, the soft sounds, works together to lull your mind, body, and spirit into deep relaxation. Returning to the orchard hill, you settle beneath the apple tree. Moonlight filters through branches, casting silvered patterns on grass and leaves. Crickets hum steadily, the river murmurs faintly, and the town's lanterns glow warmly below. The orchard, river, and village combine into a cocoon of peace, a living lullaby surrounding you in calm. Beneath the familiar branches, Maple Hollow's rhythm permeates your being. Each heartbeat aligns with the river's gentle pulse. Each breath extends with the orchard's slow sway. Every thought drifts softly into stillness. Time stretches, space expands, and the world cradles you tenderly. The stars wheel slowly above. The town breathes patiently. And the enduring life of Victorian small-town America carries you deeper into restorative, tranquil sleep, wrapped in the timeless embrace of night and gentle calm. The night deepens further over Maple Hollow, the air crisp and still, carrying the quiet whispers of the town into every corner of the orchard and along the banks of Mill Creek. Beneath the apple tree on the orchard hill, the cool grass cradles you as the calm of the evening seeps into your body, your mind drifting ever deeper with each slow, deliberate breath. Moonlight filters gently through branches, turning leaves, apples, and the contours of the earth into shifting mosaics of silver and shadow. Crickets hum their steady, hypnotic chorus, mingling with the faint, constant murmur of the river and the occasional soft call of a distant owl, each sound perfectly measured to soothe the senses and guide thoughts into gentle calm. From the hill, the town below glows softly, a warm mosaic of lantern-lit windows and cobblestone streets. Domestic life continues in quiet harmony. A mother smooths her child's hair. The last flicker of candlelight dances across a father's reading nook, and the lingering aroma of dinner drifts faintly through open windows. Every gesture, every step, and every sound contributes to the unhurried rhythm of life in Maple Hollow. The soft clatter of shutters, the distant shuffle of hooves, and the rustle of leaves are all woven into a symphony of tranquility, a timeless lullaby that enfolds the town in calm and serenity. You rise slowly from the orchard grass and begin to descend the winding path, letting your fingers brush against the dew-kissed blades. Shadows sway and stretch as the wind stirs the branches above, and lanterns along the streets cast gentle pools of golden light, illuminating your careful steps. A cat prowls silently along a fence, pausing now and then continuing its quiet exploration. Every subtle movement, the flicker of a candle through a window, the whisper of leaves, the distant hum of water, reinforces the town's deliberate, unhurried rhythm, inviting your mind to slow your heart to ease and your body to surrender fully to the night's calm. Mill Creek reflects the moonlight in delicate ripples, flowing steadily over stones that have been worn smooth by countless seasons. Fish leap occasionally, sending soft, shimmering ripples across the water's surface, while the heron remains motionless at the riverbank, a quiet sentinel in the serene night. You sit upon your familiar rock, letting the gentle murmur of the river seep into your consciousness, carrying your thoughts and awareness ever deeper into tranquility. The ripples, the rustling leaves, and the distant lanterns merge into a continuous, layered lullaby, each note designed to calm, soothe, and quiet every tension. The town square lies hushed. Shop doors are closed, lanterns cast their soft glow across cobblestones, and horses breathe steadily in their stables. The church towers above the town, silent and watchful, its bell resting until morning. Every shadow, every sound, every soft flicker of light contributes to the harmony of the evening, guiding both town and visitor into the gentle pulse of nocturnal calm. Passing the church, you glimpse the caretaker performing his nightly duties with deliberate care, sweeping the floor, adjusting candles, checking windows. Each gesture flows slowly, meditative and unhurried, merging seamlessly with the town's nocturnal rhythm. Time seems stretched here, each motion softening into the next, every sound lingering just long enough to encourage rest and relaxation. Along River Street, lantern light glimmers in windows, reflecting across the quiet cobblestones. Families are asleep. Lullabies drift softly from open windows. Piano notes resonate faintly before fading into silence, and candles gutter gently. The air carries the soft fragrance of evening meals, night-blooming flowers, and cool earth, blending into a comforting, timeless aroma. Every sound, sight, and scent contributes to the town's delicate orchestration of peace, inviting your body and mind to release tension and sink deeper into serenity. Returning to the orchard hill, you settle beneath the apple tree once more. Moonlight pours through branches, casting silvered patterns on grass and leaves. Crickets hum steadily, the river murmurs faintly, and the warm glow of lanterns stretches across the town below. The orchard, the river, and the village together form a cocoon of tranquility, a living lullaby cradling you in calm. Beneath the familiar branches, the pulse of Maple Hollow permeates your being. Each heartbeat slows to match the river's gentle flow. Each breath lengthens with the orchard's soft sway. Every thought drifts quietly away into stillness. Time stretches, space expands, and the world holds you gently. Stars wheel silently overhead. The town breathes with patient calm, and the enduring, unhurried life of Victorian small-town America carries you into deep, restorative sleep, wrapped fully in the peaceful embrace of night and timeless serenity. The night deepens further over Maple Hollow, the air crisp and still, carrying the quiet whispers of the town into every corner of the orchard and along the banks of Mill Creek. Beneath the apple tree on the orchard hill, the cool grass cradles you as the calm of the evening seeps into your body, your mind drifting ever deeper with each slow, deliberate breath. Moonlight filters gently through branches, turning leaves, apples, and the contours of the earth into shifting mosaics of silver and shadow. Crickets hum their steady, hypnotic chorus, mingling with the faint, constant murmur of the river and the occasional soft call of a distant owl, each sound perfectly measured to soothe the senses and guide thoughts into gentle calm. From the hill, the town below glows softly, a warm mosaic of lantern-lit windows and cobblestone streets. Domestic life continues in quiet harmony. A mother smooths her child's hair, the last flicker of candlelight dances across a father's reading nook, and the lingering aroma of dinner drifts faintly through open windows. Every gesture, every step, and every sound contributes to the unhurried rhythm of life in Maple Hollow. The soft clatter of shutters, the distant shuffle of hooves, and the rustle of leaves are all woven into a symphony of tranquility, a timeless lullaby that enfolds the town in calm and serenity. You rise slowly from the orchard grass and begin to descend the winding path, letting your fingers brush against the dew-kissed blades. Shadows sway and stretch as the wind stirs the branches above, and lanterns along the streets cast gentle pools of golden light, illuminating your careful steps. A cat prowls silently along a fence, pausing now and then continuing its quiet exploration. Every subtle movement, the flicker of a candle through a window, the whisper of leaves, the distant hum of water, reinforces the town's deliberate, unhurried rhythm, inviting your mind to slow, your heart to ease, and your body to surrender fully to the night's calm. Mill Creek reflects the moonlight in delicate ripples, flowing steadily over stones that have been worn smooth by countless seasons. Fish leap occasionally, sending soft, shimmering ripples across the water's surface, while the heron remains motionless at the riverbank, a quiet sentinel in the serene night. You sit upon your familiar rock, letting the gentle murmur of the river seep into your consciousness, carrying your thoughts and awareness ever deeper into tranquility. The ripples, the rustling leaves, and the distant lanterns merge into a continuous, layered lullaby, each note designed to calm, soothe, and quiet every tension. The town square lies hushed. Shop doors are closed, lanterns cast their soft glow across cobblestones, and horses breathe steadily in their stables. The church towers above the town, silent and watchful, its bell resting until morning. Every shadow, every sound, every soft flicker of light contributes to the harmony of the evening, guiding both town and visitor into the gentle pulse of nocturnal calm. Passing the church, you glimpse the caretaker performing his nightly duties with deliberate care, sweeping the floor, adjusting candles, checking windows. Each gesture flows slowly, meditative and unhurried, merging seamlessly with the town's nocturnal rhythm. Time seems stretched here, each motion softening into the next, every sound lingering just long enough to encourage rest and relaxation. Along River Street, lantern light glimmers in windows, reflecting across the quiet cobblestones. Families are asleep, lullabies drift softly from open windows, piano notes resonate faintly before fading into silence, and candles gutter gently. The air carries the soft fragrance of evening meals, night-blooming flowers, and cool earth, blending into a comforting, timeless aroma. Every sound, sight, and scent contributes to the town's delicate orchestration of peace, inviting your body and mind to release tension and sink deeper into serenity. Returning to the orchard hill, you settle beneath the apple tree once more. Moonlight pours through branches, casting silvered patterns on grass and leaves. Crickets hum steadily, the river murmurs faintly, and the warm glow of lanterns stretches across the town below. The orchard, the river, and the village together form a cocoon of tranquility, a living lullaby cradling you in calm. Beneath the familiar branches, the pulse of Maple Hollow permeates your being. Each heartbeat slows to match the river's gentle flow. Each breath lengthens with the orchard's soft sway. Every thought drifts quietly away into stillness. Time stretches, space expands, and the world holds you gently. Stars wheel silently overhead. The town breathes with patient calm, and the enduring, unhurried life of Victorian small-town America carries you into deep, restorative sleep, wrapped fully in the peaceful embrace of night and timeless serenity. Night deepens over Maple Hollow, the village now fully immersed in quiet and serenity. Beneath the apple tree on the orchard hill, the cool grass cradles you, soft and comforting, anchoring your body as your mind drifts in harmony with the evening. Moonlight filters through the branches, casting silver patterns across apples, leaves, and the gently undulating earth, while crickets maintain their steady, soothing rhythm. The distant, continuous murmur of Mill Creek blends with the faint calls of owls, and the occasional rustle of leaves, forming a natural symphony that slows your thoughts and guides your senses toward calm and rest. From your vantage point, the town below glows like a patchwork of warmth and light. Lanterns illuminate windows, revealing quiet domestic moments. A mother smoothing her child's hair as sleep overtakes them. A father closing his ledger with a sigh, and the faint fragrance of the evening meal lingering through open windows. Every movement, gesture, and sound follows the centuries-old, unhurried rhythm of Maple Hollow. Even the soft clatter of a shutter, the distant shuffle of hooves, or the wind through trees contributes to a nocturnal lullaby that envelopes the town in peace. Rising slowly from the orchard grass, you begin a gentle walk down the winding path. Dew-kissed blades brush your hands as shadows shift with the soft sway of branches above. Lanterns along the street cast gentle pools of golden light, guiding your steps without hurry. A cat moves silently along the fence, pausing occasionally, then continuing its careful patrol. Every subtle detail, the flicker of candlelight in a window, the whisper of leaves, the soft hum of the river, reinforces the town's calm rhythm, inviting your mind to slow, your heart to settle, and your body to surrender fully to the tranquility of the night. Mill Creek glimmers beneath the moon's glow, flowing steadily over stones smoothed by countless seasons. Fish leap occasionally, sending soft ripples across the surface, while the heron stands motionless at the riverbank, observing the night with patient, unwavering stillness. Sitting on your familiar rock, you allow the gentle murmur of the water to penetrate your awareness, carrying your thoughts deeper into serenity. Ripples, rustling leaves, and distant lantern lights blend into a layered lullaby, each note carefully orchestrated to calm, soothe, and ease the mind and body. The town square is hushed, lanterns casting soft reflections across cobblestones. Shops are closed, horses breathe evenly in stables, and the church towers above quietly, its bell resting until morning. Every shadow, every sound, and every soft glow contributes to the harmony of the night, guiding both the town and you into a steady, gentle rhythm of nocturnal calm. Passing the church, the caretaker moves slowly through his nightly duties, sweeping floors, adjusting candles, and checking windows. Each gesture flows meditatively, merging seamlessly with the town's quiet orchestration. Time seems to pause here. Each movement softens into the next, every sound lingering just long enough to reinforce calm and relaxation. Along River Street, the warm glow of lanterns reflects on windows and cobblestones. Families rest inside, lullabies drift softly from open windows, piano notes echo faintly before dissolving, and candles gutter and dim. The night air carries fragrances of evening meals, night-blooming flowers, and cool earth mingling into a comforting, timeless aroma. Each sight, scent, and sound forms part of the town's deliberate nocturnal serenity, inviting your mind, body, and spirit to release tension and surrender to rest. Returning to the orchard hill, you settle once more beneath the apple tree. Moonlight filters through the branches, casting silvered patterns across grass and leaves. Crickets hum steadily, the river murmurs faintly, and the town's lantern glow spreads gently across the valley below. The orchard, river, and village create a cocoon of tranquility, a living lullaby that envelops you in calm. Beneath the familiar branches, Maple Hollow's pulse penetrates every fiber of your being. Each heartbeat slows to align with the river's gentle flow. Each breath lengthens with the orchard's soft sway. Every thought drifts quietly into stillness. Time stretches and space feels boundless. The world cradles you tenderly. Stars wheel silently overhead. The town breathes with patient calm, and the enduring life of Victorian small-town America carries you deeper into restorative sleep, fully enveloped in the gentle embrace of night and timeless serenity. The night in Maple Hollow stretches ever deeper, carrying with it a sense of calm that settles gently over every street, home, and orchard. Beneath the familiar apple tree on the orchard hill, the cool blades of grass cradle you, soft and comforting, grounding your body as your mind drifts along with the gentle rhythm of the evening. Moonlight filters through the branches, illuminating the leaves and apples with a silvery glow, creating a delicate pattern of shifting light and shadow on the earth below. Crickets hum steadily, a soft, unbroken chorus, mingling with the continuous, gentle murmur of Mill Creek as it glides over smooth stones, reflecting the moonlight in tiny glimmers. Even the occasional call of a distant owl blends seamlessly into this nocturnal symphony, each sound carefully balanced to lull the senses and ease the mind. From the orchard hill, the town below glows with quiet warmth. Lanterns light windows in soft, steady pools, revealing tender domestic scenes. A mother brushing her child's hair as sleep overtakes them, a father closing a book with a slow sigh, and the faint, lingering aroma of warm bread and evening meals drifting from open windows. Every gesture, every movement, every sound contributes to the centuries-old, unhurried rhythm of Maple Hollow. The soft clatter of a shutter, the shuffle of hooves across the cobblestones, and the whispering of leaves are all part of a lullaby that envelops the entire town in serenity. Rising slowly from the orchard grass, you begin to walk down the winding path, letting your hands glide along the dew-damp blades of grass. Shadows shift and sway with the soft wind, lanterns lining the streets, casting pools of gentle golden light. A solitary cat moves silently along the fence, pausing momentarily, then continuing its quiet patrol. Each subtle detail, the flicker of candlelight through a window, the soft whisper of leaves, the distant hum of water, aligns perfectly with the town's deliberate rhythm, encouraging your mind to slow your heartbeat to ease and your body to sink fully into calm. Mill Creek glimmers beneath the moon, flowing with quiet persistence over stones worn smooth by countless seasons. Fish leap occasionally, sending ripples that scatter moonlight across the surface, while a heron remains perfectly still at the riverbank, observing the night with patience and quiet presence. Sitting upon your familiar rock, you allow the gentle murmur of the water to fill your awareness, carrying your thoughts deeper into serenity. The ripples, rustling leaves, and distant lantern lights merge into a layered lullaby, each note designed to soothe, calm, and ease every tension of body and mind. The town square is hushed, lanterns reflecting softly across the cobblestones. Shops are closed, horses breathe slowly in stables, and the church stands tall and quiet, its bell resting until morning. Every shadow, every sound, every subtle glow contributes to the town's harmony, guiding both the village and you into a steady, gentle rhythm of nocturnal calm. Passing the church, the caretaker moves slowly through his nightly tasks, sweeping floors, adjusting candles, and checking windows. Each movement flows meditatively, merging seamlessly into the town's quiet orchestration. Time feels suspended here, each gesture softening into the next, every sound lingering long enough to encourage complete calm and relaxation. Along River Street, lantern light glimmers on windows and cobblestones. Families rest inside. Lullabies drift softly from open windows. Piano notes echo faintly before dissolving, and candles gutter gently. The night air carries soft fragrances of cooling earth, lingering meals, and night-blooming flowers, mingling into a comforting, timeless aroma. Each sound, scent, and sight forms part of the town's careful orchestration of nocturnal serenity, inviting your mind, body, and spirit to release tension and drift deeper into peaceful rest. Returning once again to the orchard hill, you settle beneath the apple tree. Moonlight filters through the branches, silvering the grass and leaves in gentle patterns. Crickets hum steadily, the river murmurs softly below, and the warm glow of lanterns stretches across the valley. The orchard, river, and village together form a cocoon of tranquility, a living lullaby that wraps around you in calm. Beneath the familiar branches, the pulse of Maple Hollow penetrates your being. Each heartbeat aligns with the river's gentle flow. Each breath lengthens with the orchard's soft sway. Every thought drifts quietly into stillness. Time stretches, space feels infinite, and the world holds you tenderly. Stars wheel silently overhead. The town breathes with patient calm, and the enduring life of Victorian small-town America carries you deeper into restorative, peaceful sleep, fully enveloped in the timeless embrace of night. The night has settled fully over Maple Hollow, the town cloaked in gentle darkness, broken only by the soft glow of lanterns and the silvered moonlight filtering through the orchard branches. Beneath the familiar apple tree on the orchard hill, the cool grass cradles you, soft against your hands and arms, grounding your body as your mind floats with the slow, deliberate rhythm of the evening. Crickets hum in steady harmony. Mill Creek murmurs softly below, and the occasional whisper of leaves in the night wind creates a delicate symphony that carries you further into calm. Every sound, every gentle movement, every shimmer of light blends perfectly into a peaceful lullaby, urging your body and mind toward rest. From the hill, the town below looks like a quilt of quiet warmth. Windows glow softly with lantern light, revealing fleeting domestic moments. A mother brushing her child's hair as sleep overtakes them. A father closing a book with a sigh, the faint aroma of warm bread and evening meals lingering in the air. Each gesture, every movement, and subtle sound follows the unhurried, centuries-old rhythm of life in Maple Hollow. Even the soft creak of shutters, the rustle of leaves, and the distant clop of hooves contribute to a calming nocturnal orchestra that envelops the town in serenity. Rising slowly, you begin to descend the orchard path, fingers brushing along the dew-damp grass. Shadows sway and stretch with the breeze, lanterns along the street casting soft golden pools of light on cobblestones. A cat moves silently along a fence, pausing for a moment before continuing its careful patrol. Each small detail, the flicker of candlelight through a window, the soft whisper of leaves, the murmur of the river, reinforces the town's deliberate rhythm, inviting your mind to slow your heartbeat to ease and your body to sink fully into the calm of the night. Mill Creek glimmers under the moon, flowing steadily over stones worn smooth by centuries. Fish leap occasionally, sending soft ripples across the water, while a heron stands motionless at the riverbank, observing the night with patient stillness. Sitting on your familiar rock, you allow the river's gentle murmur to fill your senses, carrying thoughts deeper into tranquility. Ripples, rustling leaves, and the distant glow of lanterns blend into a layered lullaby, each note soothing, calming, and quieting the mind and body alike. The town square is hushed. Lanterns reflect softly on the cobblestones, shops are closed, horses breathe evenly in their stables, and the church towers silently above, its bell resting until morning. Every shadow, every subtle sound, every flicker of light contributes to the town's nocturnal harmony, guiding both the village and you into a gentle, restorative rhythm of sleep. Passing the church, the caretaker moves slowly through his nightly duties, sweeping floors, adjusting candles, checking windows. Each gesture flows meditatively, merging with the quiet orchestration of the town. Time feels suspended, each motion softening into the next, every sound lingering just long enough to deepen calm and relaxation. Along River Street, lantern light glimmers across windows and cobblestones. Families rest inside. Lullabies drift softly from open windows. Piano notes echo faintly before fading. Candles gutter and dim. The night air carries fragrances of evening meals, night-blooming flowers, and cool earth, mingling into a comforting, timeless aroma. Every sight, sound, and scent blends perfectly into the town's carefully woven nocturnal serenity, inviting your body, mind, and spirit to release tension and drift deeper into peaceful rest. Returning to the orchard hill, you settle once again beneath the apple tree. Moonlight filters through the branches, silvering grass and leaves in gentle patterns. Crickets hum steadily, the river murmurs softly, and the warm glow of lanterns stretches across Maple Hollow below. Orchard, river, and village form a cocoon of tranquility, a living lullaby wrapping you in calm, enveloping your senses, guiding every thought toward rest. As you lie back on the cool grass, let your body sink fully into the earth, each muscle softening, releasing tension. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, hold for a moment, then exhale gently through your mouth. Repeat this, feeling the rhythm of inhalation and exhalation slow your heartbeat and relax your mind. With each breath, imagine tension leaving your body, worries drifting away like leaves on the river. Let your eyelids feel heavy, your arms loose at your sides, your legs sinking comfortably into the soft grass. Focus on the gentle sounds of the night. Crickets, the river, rustling leaves, distant lantern lights. Visualize the town below, peaceful and serene, each home and street bathed in calm light. Picture the stars wheeling overhead, time slowing, your thoughts drifting gently, a wave of restfulness flowing through every fiber of your being. Imagine the rhythm of the river, the sway of branches, the soft murmur of the town, carrying you effortlessly toward deep, restorative sleep. Take one final, slow, deep breath, letting it fill your body completely, and release it fully, letting your mind drift with the calm of the orchard, the river, and Maple Hollow. Allow every sound, every scent, every gentle movement to guide you completely into rest. Let your breathing fall into a slow, natural rhythm, your body at ease, your mind quiet. With the town wrapped in night, the river whispering softly, and the orchard holding you gently, surrender fully to the calm. Good night.